Congratulations. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Manifest Actual Play. I just want you all to know I did remember how to count to 10 in Spanish, which was the challenge that was put before me to make the stream go live. It took longer than 10 seconds to do.
He couldn't figure out ocho, y'all. Ocho.
He stuttered on ocho.
Not as hard as I stuttered on nueve. All right. Hello. Hi, I'm Tommy Cotton. With me, as always, Dan Barron, Addy Gia, Seth Lilly, Roman Mylan. We're here to play some Manifest. Shit's getting real in this campaign. I want to have as much time as possible to attempt to murder these four. So we're going to dive right into whatever you lovely people on this side of the screen have to talk about. What do you have to talk about, lovely people?
I'll start off with our monthly charity. This month, we are highlighting the Cajun Navy Foundation. They are an informal ad hoc volunteer group made up of private boat owners that were originally formed. It was originally formed in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. They assist in search and rescue efforts in the United States, as well as offer disaster relief assistance. So in the aftermath of Hurricane Ida, they are very busy. And if you have any bandwidth at all, you can click on the link below. Believe that today's model for disaster recovery is not making the best use of citizens who use technology and social media and the internet to execute disaster relief. So if you go to their website, you can boost their signal, you can donate anything you can, and they are totally rad. I'm just gonna toss it upwards in the air because I think it's going to Dan.
Get out of here. It goes to Roman.
Spike it over to me.
He did.
You know what?
Hey y'all, welcome back to the stream. We're here about 8 o'clock Central every week on Tuesdays. It's the same bat time. It's the same bat channel. And if you don't have any bats, I think you can still figure it out. Thank you so much for joining us as always. If you can't remember, if you're low on bats, if you're, I don't know, stranded on a desert island somewhere and don't have access to a clock, there's a few ways you can be reminded of the stream, because I assume that's still a priority for you, obviously. Hey, you can get honestly, if you're on a desert island, get in the chat, put your GPS coordinates. We can get the Cajun Navy out there
as much as we can.
We'll send someone.
Yeah, we can get a helicarrier headed your way, stat. Anyways, but if you don't have access to that stuff, if you need your life saved in that dire situation, hit that heart, hit that bell, go on. And then Twitch will remind you when we're live. They'll just tell you, like, hey, now's your chance to get off this island. And, like, if you're feeling it, like, you're like, I think I could live this out another week. I'm living my castaway fantasy. Please do. But, I mean, watch the stream while you can. It's a heck of a good time. And then, of course, there's a big old purple button here. Still got some, still seems like we're celebrating September. Celebrating being the operative word. But please celebrate it with us.
Really getting down on September.
I have never enjoyed it. Do like Laura did. Just go ahead and click that button and do whatever. Go ahead and go crazy in there. Give some gift subs to some people can get in on this stream, can get those reminders. All of the subs and the bits we get, we absolutely appreciate. They go back into making the stream a better place. They go back into our helicarrier rescue efforts. Everything you give us, we funnel right back to making a better product for you guys. So thank you so much, Laura. Thank you so much for all of you for supporting the stream. Please check out our socials, our Facebook, our Twitter. We just our Patreon, which Addie's got some more news about. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining us every week. Laura, you're specifically the best, but all of you are great.
You hear that, Ryak?
He's not gonna think that.
Yeah, right.
Ryak in the chat. Wow.
Gotta prove us wrong, right?
Roman is just fanning the flames of this rivalry.
I mean, heck, why not? We love the support. We love the interaction. We love you guys. We love Laura. And with that, I will take this ball of attention. I will throw it over to Addie, I believe. Addie, you want this ball?
Sure.
All right, here you go. Double dribble.
Double dribble. So this week, I wanted to remind everybody that we launched our Patreon about 3 weeks ago, very successfully. So thank you to all of you who have already jumped on that. Tommy's gonna
It's
drop
already
that
in the
link in the
chat.
chat, so I don't have to remember it. If you join during August or September, as long as supplies last, we are, as a special promotion / thank you, we are going to be sending out prints of some of the art that I forgot to grab. I'm gonna get it. I'm getting it. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's just right outside your door. Yeah.
And this,
So how about this
guys,
September?
Hold on, guys. I gotta tell the people right now. They gotta know this is not a clue for the Instagram.
Not a clue for this.
So we got this guy.
Yeah.
We got this Durgan that you might get. You might get this spoopy stick man. You might get this bird, this very angry bird. You might get this cute puppo. You might get this bird that almost
You don't
killed
want that
Roland.
one.
And so many more. So we're going to be sending those out. So make sure that you hop over to our Patreon if you want one of these very cool, very fun prints as a bonus and a thank you for helping us celebrate our relaunch. Other than that, what else? Guys,
What else is going on is that
say
Ryak
about
just
the
fucking
adventure?
dropped 10,000 bits in the chat.
Wow.
10 fucking thousand, Ryak.
Wow.
Oh
You're
my
absolute
god.
madman.
That's some crazy generousness.
And
Thank
this
you
is
so
my
much.
favorite battle.
So is it after September? Is it Bittober?
It should be.
Holy fuck,
and,
Ryak! Thank you so much.
And
The adventure. We got adventure coming out.
oh yeah, and if you sign up before by the end of this week, we are releasing our next adventure that you can play with the quick start guide right now on our Patreon as well. It's very fun. The last month's was awesome. This one is better. And so I'd love for you guys to play at home as well as watch us every week. And that's probably not everything, but it is everything I'm going to talk about. Back to you, Tommy. Lie to us about the economy.
Well, no, I'm going to talk about a bunch of things. But first off, I do want to once again thank Laura the Bard for the 10 gifted subs and Ryak for the 10,000 bits. I've never seen what the 10,000 bit little GIF emoji is. That thing is rad as fuck. Holy shit, Ryak. Fucking legend. All right. So, I am going to start a prediction. A prediction that the chat can vote on. You can vote on it with your channel points. If you don't know, you have channel points at the bottom of your chat. There's a little waypoint star there. You can click on it, and you can use those channel points to do things like give us grit to the individual players or the GM, or you can gamble those channel points. And the gamble tonight is going to be much like yesterday's gamble. This gamble is going to be, will Tommy take a player's limb tonight? Yesterday was specifically an arm. I'm broadening the scope a little bit to a whole limb. In case you don't know, if you take a certain amount of damage in Manifest and don't want to take the damage, you can take a class 4 injury. And one of the options that might randomly occur is you might lose a limb. And there's, I want to get, I want to make someone lose a leg or an arm. I'm going to take something. I'm taking it. You have 20 minutes to gamble. The way you can do that, I believe, is you click on the grit button at the bottom, the viewer grit button at the bottom that brings up all the options and then lets you vote on, it will show that there's a prediction going right now. You have 20 minutes. You can vote yes if you think I will successfully damage one of them so badly that I take one of their limbs. And you can vote no if you think that they're going to hold the line and not lose any of their limbs. Also, Laura gives +1 grit to Dex. So I'm going to do that right now.
Surely Laura knows that Tommy has already feasted on my arms twice since I've known him and has a taste for it. Thank you.
For him. Also, +1 grit to Porter from Fiddler Undone.
Thank you, Fiddler.
I do want to double check and make sure I have grit totals correct for everyone, since I typically do that before we start the stream, but I was too busy trying to remember how to count to 10 in Spanish. So I have Dex at 6 right now.
That's correct.
I have Eloise at 12, which is
yes,
which is the maximum. So just so you guys know, if you gift her grit, she can't take it until she spends some more grit. I have Porter at 10.
Yep, that's right.
And I have Gus at 8.
Yep.
All right, perfect. And I have myself at 8. And I don't know, like, I feel like if the chat wanted to make this number bigger, you know, like sometimes I'm like, hey guys, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough opportunity to spend the grit you give me. That is not the case this session. And I will elaborate more on that when I do the recap. But this session is gonna be a fucking doozy.
It's gonna be a bloodbath one way or the other.
Exactly. And it's gonna this session might end up being a 2-parter. We'll find out. I have a rumbling in my tummy. Only Dan's arm can satisfy. You are correct, Laura the Bard.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the recap.
So many foods.
We're gonna
Dan arms, not one of them.
We're gonna get into the actual play. We're gonna get into the recap. But before we do, let us all teleport our minds to the world of Manifest as we look at the super duper cool character art of these characters that hopefully will survive to the next episode. Who knows? Maybe this is the last time we will look upon them in this intro. All right.
So before Tommy does a recap, I have to tell the chat. He just ranked all our arms in order of tastiness.
He was licking his lips and looking directly
to
into
our
camera.
faces. You believe that?
I was watching the character intros. It was like, ooh, I could take that arm. Okay.
Like in front of the family.
Calling his
pig.
shot.
My God.
Right now the vote is pretty even. The vote is pretty even. We have 6,600 points voted for yes and 6,700 voted for no. So it's pretty even odds right now. There's another +1 grit to Dex and a +1 grit to the GM. Ryak hedging his limb bet.
See, we're playing Camel Cup now.
Okay, so oh my God, Argalam's risking it all, hoping you guys don't lose anything tonight.
Argy, my goodness.
Okay, so recap of what has happened so far. I'm even gonna put on the suspense screen. Our four drifters are cornered in the Punched Peaks. They have taken the fight to Black Star Mercenary Company after taking away their secret weapon, one of Brimstone Garrison's enhanced illuminated individuals. They retreated back into the mountain as Black Star came in full force. They have been fighting them with guerrilla tactics and jumping them, and they took out a few of them, but they're still completely outnumbered. They have pulled back even further, and Dex discovered an unusual thing here in the Punch Peaks. At this altitude, he discovered an Augerino den. An Augerino being this massive worm-like creature that burrows through the ground. Usually doesn't burrow through mountains because of how incredibly difficult that could be to navigate. But yet he found one that seemed to make a den up here in the Punched Peaks before going subterranean. Now, they have decided to make that den the place of their final stand. They've set up some rudimentary cover in there, and they have a network of caves that attach to this Augerino den that has 5 entrances. The Augerino den itself has 2 entrances. It has the one that was made by the Augerino, this hollowed out, large, circular, like tunnel that goes down at an angle, and there's a naturally occurring crack in the rock facade in the back that they have masked as a secret escape route. The plan currently is for Dexter Bailey and the Raven, aka Leo Riggs, to sneak out of the caves, assault the some vulnerable part of the soldiers that are nearby, and then use the flare gun and radios that they have collected to call for backup, to draw all of Henry Fawcett's forces here to this cave network, where they're going to fight for a little bit and then pull back into the Augerino den to try and lure them deeper in. And then they have set up explosives throughout the den so they can blow the whole cavern as they retreat out their secret exit out the back. That is the plan currently. They're also hoping at some point during this exchange of lives and limb that they can acquire Henry Fawcett's laser rifle, a piece of proto-martyr technology that, as far as anyone can tell, is fully functional and is linked to a biomonitor on his wrist. If Porter can acquire this rifle, then he will be able to pay off his debt to the family and possibly have a ticket home so that he can finally be back with his family in Markham's Landing. That is where we've left off. Those are the stakes. The numbers against you, as far as Eloise can tell with her detect life, are, I know I said the number before. It was, there was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, I believe, mercenaries in the area. They have seemed to track you to this general area. You can hear vehicles flying around. You know that there are roughly 16 soldiers pretty close, seeming to move around in loose networks of 8, but never straying too far from each other. And then at the edges of Eloise's ability to detect life, you detect an additional 11 soldiers, including occasionally the name Henry Fawcett flitting in and out, elevated high in the sky. So, here we are. Dex and Leo are exiting the cave mouth. The rest of you are where within the network, loose network of caves and the Augerino den and all that? I know you're all waiting for Dex and Leo to bring the party to you.
I know Porter's hanging around kind of the bottlenecks that Dex has pointed out for him, just so he can make the best use of his gas grenades, hit as many people as possible as they come through the caves.
Okay.
Yeah. Gus is sort of shoring up other bottlenecks. Just gonna knock some folks out.
Okay, so you guys are well within. It's not a very intricate network of caves. There's like a couple Ys. But basically it's like this mountainous, like jutting bit of rock that has like just a bunch of caves. Like Probably a while back, this was used by Warwickkin or dug out by axe handle hounds as like a nest. But long ago, abandoned and just turned into a naturally formed, effectively naturally formed cave network. But it's not super widespread. The furthest distance from one entrance to the next is if Gus was sprinting, he could get there in fucking like 15 seconds. And that's like with all the winding turns and everything, and without him having to use his illuminated powers. I would say your illuminated powers probably wouldn't be able to help a ton because you do have to turn corners. It's not like jumping. It's not like jumping 10 miles.
Yeah. It's not like Gus has like great athletic conditioning or like the ability to like change directions on a dime.
I mean, that's why it's 15 seconds for you. Porter would take maybe like 45.
Sure.
That is fair enough.
Okay, so
I did want to I probably just come back from taking all of our stuff on pit stop into the like secret back entrance thingy. And,
sure.
Putting them there, and then probably wherever Porter is, that's where I'm gonna try and be.
Okay.
And I have I very specifically have the detonator.
You have the detonator for the explosives. Good. That's good to know. All right.
Is me.
We move to Dex and Leo, creeping out in the morning light as the soldiers begin canvassing the area. Those of you who are watching, you have a little over 7 minutes to put in your vote for whether or not you think I'm going to take someone's limb tonight. It looks like we have almost 16,000 channel points bet on yes, and about 12,000 bet on no. So tight odds here. The chat is not certain what lies ahead. Dex, you are following. Since you are sneaking with Leo, you do get to use his sneak of 13.
That becomes my new baseline, and then fitted on my armor helps, right?
Correct. Yeah. Your skill number is now the same number as his.
Dope. Did you want to just tell me that, or do I need to roll dice about it?
I do need you to roll dice about it.
God. Well, this is a truly awful roll.
Leo rolled spectacularly.
That's good for him. I'm glad.
But let me roll for the soldiers that you are trying to approach here.
Yeah, what if they just beef it?
Depending on how terrible your roll is, my highest currently is a 9.
Oh, you think you've rolled bad? I have a 4.
Oh no, that means
I have 2 4s. I have a 3 and a 2.
That means my 5 and my 6 come through.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to re-roll these dice that are technically successes by the rules of the game and the laws of the land.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out so well. Okay. So, Dex, you and Leo start sneaking forward. He's got the Raven mask back on. He's completely covered and ready. And there's a point where you both can, like, you had some information from Eloise on what direction to head, and you can hear, like, soldiers in the area. And there's several moments during this, like, tense outward excursion where you have to duck under terrain to avoid... you see gyrocopters just like overhead, and then you keep moving on. And then there's a point where there's a split in the path, and Leo kind of looks around. There's not much noise coming down the left side. There's a little bit of noise coming down the right side. He like points to you, looks at you, and like points up, like points at himself and points up, and he like starts climbing up to get like a slightly better vantage point, leaving you left or right. Which way do you want to
go?
Left has little noise, right has not like lots of noise, but some noise.
I mean, I guess we're going We're trying to find them, so I guess I'm going towards the noise.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you start down that way, and as you're creeping along, you lose sight of Leo for a second, just based on the terrain. But you're creeping along and you're listening, and you can hear like footsteps and talking, and like they're not being loud, but they're not being particularly quiet, as they're like kind of like giving orders and moving on. They're like, all right, okay, so we need to have 3 of you go that way. Stay within range though. The moment you see anything, shoot a flare. I don't care what it is. And then someone's like, do you think they got another Warrican? And he's like, I'm glad for the last time it weren't their Warricans. Fucking Phil just went the wrong way. And
Thank you for this.
and then you hear those things start like moving, we'll say south. So you start hugging the wall towards the south, and then you feel cold steel on the back of your neck, and you hear a hammer cock back. And I think honestly, the way this is gonna go down is this guy's gonna challenge you to quick draw.
Okay.
What?
As
Cool.
As he says, don't even reach for him, slinger.
Okay. I mean, he's done it. He's done it.
He gets a barrel on the back of the head of a gunslinger and challenges him to a quick draw.
Well, basically,
Should've
he's
killed him,
planning
man.
on shooting him right now, but Dex is a gunslinger, so effectively it is a quick draw because the man let his presence be known.
He said words, and that was the mistake.
He had to flex on the gunslinger he got the drop on instead of just shooting him in the back of the head. And that is why it is a quick draw.
That's cocked.
This guy thinks that he's got this gunslinger dead to rights.
What an idiot.
Yeah, for the challenge roll, I'm not going to use any grit.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, I have an 11.
I have a 12.
Okay, cool. So is that one net success for you?
Yeah, just the one.
Okay. As I have lost this challenge, I will not concede.
You don't. This guy doesn't feel like maybe he's in a bad position based on what's happened.
This guy is so sure that he has this. He doesn't even realize the challenge is up. But you have not unnerved him because you only got one success, so you just have the benefit of having succeeded on the challenge.
Yeah.
So now I assume. I mean, you could.
Real quick, I forget because it's been a very long time since I've had a gun with these. Well balanced is a reliability only in quick draw, not challenge, right?
Oof.
Addie's nodding. I'm inclined to agree with her.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Okay. I don't usually take this mod.
Well balanced used to give you +1, 2 to challenge, +1 to quick draw. It's not that anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we got rid of the short holster, or whatever it's called.
Okay. So now we're doing the quick draw though.
Yeah. Unless you want to cancel it. Also, last chance. 48 seconds, 47 seconds.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta get my vote in here.
To get your votes in. You got 40 seconds to get your votes in. Maybe even less because of the delay. It could be less.
God,
You could
it's
be
tied.
you could be below half.
Yeah, it's like right in the middle.
You could be
You know
20
what?
seconds. I don't know.
I gotta vote with my heart.
You got to vote. Vote. Your vote matters. And while you're doing that, I am gonna bamboozle you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna bamboozle you. I deleted it as if I was doing it 3 times. I'm actually just gonna make it 2 times.
Okay. Take a -2.
All right, the votes are in. 68% say no, 32% say yes. We got 33,000 writing on no, 16,000 writing on yes. Gonna be intense. Carnaxis is protecting his investment by giving a grit to Dex.
Ooh. Do you know what's really funny, Tommy?
What?
All the times, literally every single time, I have done a quick draw on this stream. I have forgotten to factor in that I am the fastest gun in the battle.
Oh my god. That is such a good talent.
This is such a dumb guy.
Yeah. You mean a dead guy.
Just so
I
everybody
can mean
knows.
both.
Just so everybody knows, so they understand what's happening here. I've been bamboozled twice, so my target is now 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because fastest gun in the Badlands gives you +2 skill and +1 reliability.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
Well, it's not a tremendous roll, but
I have some reliability here. Interesting. Oh my god, I rolled fucking good.
Arm time.
So
God, that would be so quick.
my highest currently is a 13.
I have a 14.
Okay, cool. So I will spend grit so I can count this 14.
Am I not the aggressor in a challenge that I've won?
No, because he initiated the challenge. I think you have won the challenge, but he started it. This dude's got the gun on you. I was considering him the aggressor because he started the whole showdown.
Okay.
This dumbass just outdrew a gunslinger.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Dex does have the barrel on the skin.
He's got to do a whole duck and turn around and like split out.
So that lets my 14 explode, and unless I roll another 14, no, this guy only gets 1 net success on you. You're at 11 grit now, I believe.
I'm at 10.
10? I just spent grit to.
Oh yeah. I am now at 11.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure you caught that. Okay, cool. So this guy does have a hard caliber. You're taking
What?
9.
11?
It's not 9. 10 damage.
Okay.
With no armor piercing.
Cool. I will take a class 1 injury instead.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll that, and then we will narrate how this plays out.
This is really funny. He has, as Roman has said, he's got the drop on a gunslinger. He's outdrawn a gunslinger on which he's got the drop on. The end result of this action that he has taken is that I am off balance.
I was really hoping it was that.
Which is what, -1 to your next test?
It's a -1 to my next test.
Yeah. So you feel the
dodged
steel.
the bullet, and
You feel the steel on the back of your neck, and your mind flashes back to a moment, where you were training with Isabel in the mountains, and basically she was trying to teach you how to track somebody through the terrain, and so you were tracking her, and it was extremely hard. It took you 3 days to find her. And then finally you did, and she was in like a little sniper's perch, like waiting for you, because every time you thought you were getting close to her, she fucking like shot you with a shock dart from like a mile away. And so she's like laying there with a sniper rifle, like waiting for you. You finally figured out like how you kind of like assessed her movement. You figured it out. And so you crept up on her, and you did something similar to what this guy did. You were like, I got you. Right. And you put your gun against the back of her neck, and then you do the same movement now that you saw her do then, where in the blink of an eye, she had her hand wrapped around your barrel, pushed off to the side, and had her gun like at your rib cage, that she was like laying on, like at her chest, so that she could immediately grab it and turn if she needed. And then she basically like said like, you don't have him until you have him.
Yeah, I think in my head when that happened, immediately as it was happening, I was like, oh no, this is too close.
And so you do that same movement. She taught you how to do it, but she had the advantage of being like literally laying on where her pistol was so she could grab it and turn. So you have to dip that extra little bit down to grab it from your hip because you weren't ready. And that extra little bit of time makes it so that you pull off to the side, you dip down, he shoots just past your ear, loud ringing explosion right past your ear, hard caliber pistol blowing up like a half an inch away from your eardrum.
I'm gonna be deaf in that ear for a while.
And you pull out your gun and you are about to fire and you realize you're not going to have the shot, so you save the bullet as the guy wrestles his gun back from you. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no, I forgot my dice again. What the heck?
I have a question, Tommy.
Yeah.
Can I bamboozle people on initiative? Like, can I bamboozle a squad of these guys?
You can bamboozle, yeah. Yeah, I think yes. It's
Okay.
hard because I like rules as written, I don't have to put these guys in one initiative block.
Sure.
So like it would be bamboozling just one of them to detach them from their group is like the best way, like the most like correct way to do it.
It's the like clearest rules as written.
He would be on his own initiative track with shittier initiative than the rest of his squad. So because it is a relatively large squad, I will say that it's not the whole squad. They are operating under one initiative because that's how I try to streamline initiative to make things move a little smoother. So he's working with 8 people, but I'm going to let you bamboozle 4 of them because there's 3 that are working in close proximity with this one guy.
Okay.
And he happens to be directly in charge of those 3. So him being
Okay.
bamboozled is good enough. Unless it's
Okay.
not him you're trying to bamboozle?
So here's why I'm asking the question. I was hoping to bamboozle as many Black Star people on initiative as I could.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be 4 per bamboozle use.
I don't think it's worth it at that then.
It's a heavy boozle.
Yeah.
So would I have been able to activate Sixth Sense when he was like, I got a trigger on the back of your neck, and he got caught?
Yeah, because you guys are all sharing vision and sound and everything. You all
Plus,
realize
I like to concentrate on even more things than what I'm already doing.
you guys already realized, like you all saw what just happened to Dex. You all also heard the gunshot, and all of your like, it wasn't your ear, it was like the space in your head behind your ear that felt like pressure. As you like feel like a sensory like input similar to what Dex felt, but like very muted.
Is Dex at a -1 for initiative?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the next test I'm rolling.
Interesting.
Ooh. I need to spend grit so that I can play to the gallery down on this initiative test. 'Cause I just
Ooh.
rolled 2 9s.
I will also spend 1 grit to make my own luck. Okay. Worth it.
Wow, that was amazing. I rolled a total of 4 9s.
I lost a
That's
D20.
nuts.
I need that.
Those other 9s explode too.
Yeah, it's a target. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's one. Basically, what I'm saying is 1 die exploded 3 times.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
What's your total? You definitely beat Gus in initiative, 100%.
I have spent grit 3 separate times on this initiative because I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And then I looked at it again. And I was like, oh, I'm legally required to spend. So I go it strong and then play to the gallery.
So you're down to 5 then?
Yes.
Next is about to have very good initiative.
Yes.
Dan knows of the power of spending grit on initiative.
Every now and then, you just see all the numbers that are like, "We want to explode! Let us explode!" I'm like, I have to.
I'm spending 5 grit on initiative. It's 4 instances, or 4 instances. So I'm gonna.
You're spending 5 grit on initiative?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're down to 6, and I'm up to 14.
No, I should be down to 7
You
because
are
I had
correct.
12.
That is how math works.
Okay, thank you.
You guys know me in math. I can't do it unless I accidentally deafen and mute myself.
I need to go
Needs
into a
everybody.
sensory deprivation chamber. I need to do some mental math.
One to have absolute silence while he does math.
Interesting. All of you can have a grit. I'm going to play to the gallery.
Come on.
Wonderful.
Feel vindicated in what I've done so far.
Everything is fine.
I'm gonna spend 2 grit to twist the knife.
Interesting.
I'm still gonna have the worst initiative.
2 grit to twist the knife for Porter.
My initiative is absolutely nothing special.
Did
It'll probably still be
spend
higher than mine. Though.
grit, but then you spent grit, so I'm 13. Okay. Oh, I didn't roll Leo's initiative. He has initiative. Let's go.
Does he have
You better.
the tier 4 talent?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So, someone in this combat does though.
I hate that. I hate that.
Don't like that at all.
I hate that so much.
Okay. So before we figure out initiative, also +1 grit to Dex, +1 grit to Eloise. That's from Fiddler Undone and Laura the Bard, respectively.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We just threw grit left and right. I want to make sure the overlay is accurate. I'm at 13 grit. Dex is at 7, Eloise is at 9, Porter is at 7, and Gus is at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's great.
Did
Yes.
anyone roll better than a 14 in initiative?
Oh, shut up.
No!
Is it
I know-
possible to?
I know which tier 4 talent they have.
That's what I asked. That's what I asked.
Oh, I mean, he was I thought you were asking about Leo.
Well, I was initially asking about Leo, and then you said, I just assumed.
So anyone do better than 10?
I have an 11.
Okay.
I got 7 hits on initiative.
Jesus.
Anyone do better than a 9? What about an 8?
I have
I
an
got
8.
an 8. All right, look at us.
That's cute.
My initiative will be gone instantly. It doesn't really matter.
I need to know what
just
your
get
awareness stats are.
Like 3, I think.
6 for me.
4.
Porter goes before it. And Gus, what'd you get?
I got a 7. Just hanging out here with a 7. I roll 4 dice, 3 of them hit. That's a 7.
But you also didn't spend any
Yeah, you didn't spend any grit.
grit, so.
Yeah. Saving up for the triple double down.
Okay. Gunshot rings out. That dude, the bullet flies past Dex's ear. Dex saves his shot as he pulls back, and that guy just manages to get out of here before as initiative is getting under the way. Dex, something happens. None of you see. Dex, it is your turn.
I hope that something that happens that none of us see is that Leo Riggs has a quiet moment to himself where he remembers what his life was like before all of this. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot this guy. do you roll?
I have a 10.
My lowest success is a 10. So this man takes 24 damage with no armor piercing.
Oh, your lowest success. God, I was like, what? How many 10s did you roll?
I have a 10, a 12, and a 13.
Okay, 24, you say?
Yes. You know, the number.
Okay. He is still alive. You wait
I
that
sort of figured he would be.
You wait that extra second, right? And he shouts out, "Here!" And you shoot him like in the gut.
I will shoot him again. Wow, this rolled in a fun way, and they all kind of settled together in a way that I liked.
His highest is now a 5. As you may imagine, he's hurt.
I can't imagine why. So I will spend 2 grit to twist the knife here.
Okay.
He takes an additional 24 damage with no armor piercing.
Sheesh. Okay. Yeah, so Dex just waits that extra second, fires, and then the quick draws his other gun and fires again. Bam, bam, like gut, heart. This guy flies back from the force of the hard caliber pistol, butts up against a rock, falls down dead.
I will grab his hard caliber firearm.
Okay.
And his flare gun.
Okay. Cool.
I imagine like firing off the flare gun is an action I don't have anymore.
Yeah, at this point, no, I think like the shooting him twice and then getting his stuff is gonna be about it. You could move a little bit, but like
Yeah. I'm gonna move. I don't know where. I mean, I know sort of where Leo is because we're on a telepathic link.
yeah, he's not far.
This feels like a bad spot that I'm in. I'm gonna head back towards the caves and like try and find a more advantageous position along the way because I don't imagine I can get all the way back to the cave entrance.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely not with this turn. You start moving your way back. I have to roll a thing to see if some people find you, Dex.
You need me to roll something in opposition of that?
No, this is just a survival check, just to pick the right path to get to you. They know roughly where you are. It's just, do they go the wrong way or do they go the right way? There's multiple ways that they can get to you. It's just a matter of if they can find the right path. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they do. As you're running, Dex, you start making your way like towards the caves. You don't get very far. You run past an opening in like the wall next to you, and you see some soldiers down a ways from you. And 2 of them have easy shots on you, and then 2 of them have shots where you have excellent cover against them.
Okay.
So we'll start with the ones you have excellent cover against.
Okay. So I can see them and then cover.
I'm just double checking. They do not have laser sights on their guns, so you don't have to worry about that.
I have a 14.
I have a 9. Continue. If it wasn't for excellent cover, this would be really good. I have a 9.
I have a 16.
Yeah, cool. Those guys, shots just like breaking the stones around you, and then the 2 who are in front kind of like get up against some cover and fire on you with a little bit more accuracy. You have no cover against these 2.
So I'm at a -2 for being attacked twice.
I have a 14.
This 12 is as high as it goes.
Okay, my 1s are deleted. So that is 6 damage with 4 armor piercing.
I will 6 damage with 4 armor piercing. It's 4 damage, all of which is piercing. I will take an injury.
Cool, class 1 injury. Don't forget to roll 2 dice and take the highest result.
I did. And I have fallen prone. I'm here now.
Oh no!
The thing is, it's bad for me. It's worse for them because I was gonna leave.
So yeah, this one like clips your like shin armor, and the force of the shot does like on the scree like rock that you're on kick your leg out from underneath you, and you fall down as bullets whiz over you with this automatic fire. You hit the ground hard, wind knocked out of your lungs, and you roll immediately to try and avoid this final shot coming your way. You will be at an additional minus.
Oh, more for being prone.
Yeah, we'll put you at an additional -2 to try and avoid this shot.
Okay, so it's a -5 to dodge.
I have a 12.
Let's see. I have an 11.
Okay, cool. That removes all the rest of my successes, of which I had plenty. It's another 6 damage with 4 armor piercing.
I will take, I think, my last injury right here that I'm allowed to take.
Okay. So roll 3 dice this time. You like double prone?
Are you officially?
No, I'm off balance.
Nice. Okay, so -1 to your next test.
See, Dan's made a smart move here. He has disqualified himself from the potential of losing an arm.
Luck, motherfucker.
Now I just kill him if I do damage.
Ooh, you wanted to taste the arm, but I'm too smart, Tommy.
Does it count if you take all the limbs in one fell swoop?
Nah, he doesn't want that. He doesn't feel anything when that
That's
happens.
nothing. That's nothing. That's taking a life. I don't care.
I'm not bloodthirsty.
Between life
gross.
and
I'm
limb?
limb-thirsty.
Yeah. Between life and limb, one is clearly superior. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the wind gets knocked out of you, land on the ground, and as you turn, your training kicking in as you try to roll towards like lower ground, and bullets just rake the ground and like pepper you in the back, digging into your armor, knocking the like what little bit of air you had in your lungs out again. And as you like roll into like not like effective cover, but you roll like slightly out of line of sight from these guys, like on the slope, you like land down face against the ground, and you are like trying with every muscle in your chest to like take a breath in. Leo's gonna go.
I was just about to say, anytime, Leo.
You're still trying to gasp for air. You turn to like see them start approaching, and you watch as Leo fires from where spot you don't see him. He's like up and over. He's using your line of sight, you think, to make this shot.
Wonderful.
As he fires an arcing shot with his bolt. We'll have some negatives for this, but we'll see how it goes. Oh my god, Leo.
I mean, they've got to have some negatives to dodge. They can't know that this is a possibility for them.
They don't know he's there at all, and one of them dies. One of them full on dies as an arrow arcs from nowhere, from over a ton of terrain, from an angle that could not be achieved without someone who is clearly adept at using telepathic links to line up shots from blind spots.
Now, I have an important question, Tommy. If Leo were to double down, would they still not know he is there? Like, it happens quick enough that...
No, yeah, they don't know where he is. An arrow just flew from the sky.
Cool. Can I double down for Leo Riggs?
Yeah, you can. He's in your party.
Hell yeah.
I double down for Leo Riggs.
I
You
did not
can
know that was a
give
rule.
double
You can double
downs?
down for people in your party? That's so
No,
dope.
no, NPC. Like it's like an NPC thing, right? It's
Oh,
like
NPCs, okay.
like you can't.
Like,
you
Tommy's
can't.
not going to spend his grit to double
yeah, I
down with
can't-
Leo Riggs.
I can't
That's
spend
an
my
money,
grit.
baby.
Yeah, I can't spend my grit to make your friendly NPCs do stuff. My grit is
Yeah, 'cause
only
then
here to
you
hurt
just
you.
get it.
Yeah. Playing
Okay.
against yourself.
So, he fires the one shot, and in that same instance, you see a flare go up, relatively close to where you shot down the one guy. And then there's a moment of like that one of the guys in front just gets fucking like an arrow just like down into his throat from like a very high angle, disappears into his body as he falls down. Gurgling blood down on the ground, dying dead. And then I'm just gonna check real quick. My video is lagging. I think maybe it's Discord. Looks like Discord's having some issues. That's fine. So then there's like a moment where they pull back, like that you went down, they hit you, they saw them hit you, they were pressing the advantage, but they pull back just like a couple steps as the guy in front drops down dead from a shot they don't know where it's coming from. A flare goes up, they all look towards the flare, and then completely different direction. A distance that could not have been traveled by mundane means. Two more arrows, whoosh, whoosh, and you see Leo Riggs like spider clinging on like a cliff edge, like having fired two shots on the two he can see. And we'll see how those ones land. Okay, those ones actually not dead. Leo did not fucking knock it out of the park on that one, but he does do good damage. Yeah, just like two of the guys who have like automatic weapons, just both of them get hit like in vital spots on their torsos from this extremely high distant angle where Leo Riggs is, and he lets go with one hand and slides out of sight.
Wonderful.
And also all of you did hear through the radio as that flare went out, they're heading to the caves. And you recognize it as a barely affected Leo voice. He's not that good of an actor. More stuff happens out of line of sight. I suppose you hear all units converge on, and then they list off some coordinates that I'm not going to try and make up on the spot. Converge on Sector 7. There we go. Got it.
That's good.
Porter.
Star Destroyers in Sector 7.
Porter, it is your turn.
Oh, wow. That quickly. I guess I can't see what they're doing. That makes sense. Porter is going to I think Porter's gonna just find cover.
Okay. You definitely can get excellent cover from the 3 entrances that you can cover with your projectile weapons. 3 out of 5.
And then he's gonna, I don't know if this has to be part of the action, but he's gonna load a forced aid cube into his auto dock because that makes the most sense.
Oh, sure.
Right now.
Yeah. That's fine. Anything else you want to achieve? I don't know what you can achieve, but if you can think of anything. You're pretty
right.
far away. You're too far from the fight to be part of it right now. So
Yes.
Okay, cool.
No, I know that. Yeah, no, that's what I've got right now.
Eloise, you see Dex get pummeled with bullets, fall to the ground. You see through his vision as he looks over as a couple soldiers take multiple projectile bolts from different angles as Leo Riggs slides down out of sight, continuing his hit and run. You see Porter tense up and get ready in place in the cave mouth. You see Gus preparing for charging soldiers. What do you do?
I have a question that I think I already know the answer to. Line of sight has to be physical line of sight, right? It can't be It can't be something that I see like through telepathic bond or anything.
Right. You
Okay.
can't use your illuminated powers through your teammates' eyes.
That's what I figured, but we've never really established that you couldn't. Okay.
That's why it's
Um,
within line of sight and not that you can see.
Cool. That's what I thought. Okay. I would like to take I've one of the radios, right?
I think all of you have a radio at this point
Okay.
because you killed enough soldiers.
Huzzah. Okay. I think I would like to wait and see what happens. Is that okay? Or do I have to I have to explain my stuff now?
I mean, you could wait for Gus.
I want to
But-
see what Gus does.
Okay, hold your turn. Gus, what are you doing?
Hold my turn.
You're muted, Roman.
Yeah, so Gus, and you're gonna have to help me out with this, Tommy.
Okay.
Gus would like to cast Hulk. He would like to use the Hulk inside power.
Okay.
He would like to basically pull the punch on it. If that makes sense. He wants to like not put his full effort into it, like use it like less, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Would he take a negative to the roll, or would he roll and like take away some of his hits?
I think so. This is not anything that's really covered in the rules or anything, but I think there's two ways. Like, you're right. Those are the two ways I could play it. I could give you a negative because of Gus's reticence to use the Hulk power. But I personally am more interested in you, the player, being able to decide. So I think I'm going to let you roll it, and you decide how many of those successes you want to count, and you toss out the rest.
Cool.
Because, like, yeah, sure, I could give you negatives, but, like,
Yeah.
that's less fun. I'm already holding 15 grit and 30 guys against you guys. I'm not gonna give you negatives for character
Excuse me,
choices.
28.
Fuck.
Yeah, let me take a look at how inside powers work. Cool. Actually, I think how I rolled is just how he would like to go. It's sort of. I think even with the initiative roll, it feels like Gus is like a little bit like he's dipping a toe into this fight. He's not running in full force. So like not spending. I rolled 2 successes, not spending any grit, like not doing anything. Like in everything, Gus is entering this fight a little bit of 2 minds.
Okay, yeah. You take a slightly more measured approach as you dip into your luminescent power. You feel that energy surge forward, and you hold it and like let it in with ease as it crackles in your muscles, and you get ready for the fight.
Yeah, I think if Elle is looking, she could probably see some of that light come up from his fingertips and up towards his biceps, where a lot of it comes to rest. And some of it just sort of drains back down his forearms and crackles like sparklers at the end of his fingers as it sort of fizzles itself out of his body.
And Elle, it is your turn.
Okay. I take cover nearby border, and that's it.
Okay, cool. You can also have excellent cover nearby Porter. So Porter, you're sitting there.
I don't.
What?
Nothing. I'll take all the positives I can.
I mean, yeah, they get negatives.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Alrighty. Then
Well, Gus is ducked behind cover as well. I know we haven't really covered that, but that's
yeah,
just
you
what
guys
makes
all
sense.
have at least for the people they have to enter the caves deeper to try and get around your excellent cover. Absolutely.
Cool.
Here's a fun thing that's gonna happen. The soldiers who are remaining around you, Dex, are going to go now. One is dead, 2 are injured, 1 is untouched. And the one that is untouched is gonna pull back completely and break line of sight with you, as he seems to maybe perhaps be trying to wrap around to where like Leo is. The 2 that are injured are going to fire on you and then also retreat out of line of sight.
Okay.
So you're on the ground. You didn't just like fall this turn, so it's just going to be a -1.
Okay. But I haven't had a chance to go again. So
Correct. Yes, because they are skipping in initiative.
it's like cheating, but that's fine.
Could be.
Seems like I don't know. Maybe like Henry Fawcett's over there being like, I don't need this turn.
11 is what I rolled. Wait, can I count that? Shit. 8 is what I rolled.
I have rolled the 9 I'm legally allowed to count.
Well, Leo did it. He gave these guys negatives. That means I can't count 11. All right, here comes the next attack. Yeah, I'll bamboozle you a single time. You can have 2 grit now. Well, no, you're not taking 2 grit, but you are at 2 grit now.
I have a thing where if you bamboozle me one per round, I get 2, Tommy.
That sounds like
we weren't in the design
that
meeting.
sounds like
We
a
talked about
gambler.
it.
That sounds like a gambler talent. I have a 9 and an 8.
I have an 8. It's all I'm allowed. It's the 8 I'm allowed.
I did also get an 8. You take away one of their successes though. So that's gonna be 12 damage for armor piercing.
Okay. It explodes my armor and then shoots.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have become shot.
So like as they're running, they're do, and you push up off the ground, finally gasping in that breath of air. And some of the shots ring around you. And then as you push up off the ground, one shot does just like hit you in the shoulder, turning you sideways, and then 2 more shots like pelt into you, cracking and splitting your armor, and also like drawing a little bit of blood as it does. As you kind of are like shoved back down onto the ground. It is now your turn, Dex.
Okay, so I don't have a shot on
You
anybody.
don't have a shot on anyone, and you cannot move.
And I cannot move.
Yeah.
And I don't have enough information about where these guys are. Like I can't, there's not even like cover here, right? Because I can't move to it.
Based on the fact that you have hard caliber pistols, if you want to make a blind shot trying to shoot through the corner of that they just went around to try and hit one guy, you could.
Oh no, sorry, that's not what I'm asking. There's not like cover for me to gain here without moving, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. Then like I get like slammed up against the wall. I can't see anybody. I like don't have my breath. It's like fuck. All right. And I just get ready, and I could do this all day.
Nice. So you use your action to make sure you don't get any more negatives if anyone else wants to shoot you at all.
Yep.
Cool.
Hit me on a 14, cowards.
All right. Well, You guys see through Leo's line of sight as those soldiers who broke off from Dex catch up with him and start firing on him. He has extremely good cover, though. Let's see if he takes any damage at all. He does. He does. He gets a little bit shot. His armor is still intact. He's taking a little bit of hit point damage. But yeah, basically the three of them turn around. The first one who left first, like, turns and fires a single shot. The other two come around and just start, like, peppering the area with full auto bursts. And as he dives out of his breaking cover, he does get, like, hit in the leg and, like, slam into new cover. Meanwhile, Dex, two soldiers are going to two soldiers are going to turn the corner and take two shots at you as they come from kind of the direction you came. They probably crossed over the dead body of the guy who tried to quick draw you.
Okay.
Come on, Dex, gotta get back here. Gus is just watching like a freaking a football game. He's just glued to.
14.
I have a 10. Oh, I have a 12.
14.
Damn.
And you don't just get to say your target. You have to roll that number.
You're like,
no, sorry, you're right. I also have a 13.
so you push up off the wall, like, okay, and you guys see for a second, like, you watch, like, Dex, like, wipe the blood off. He looks, like, shaky for a second, right? His breath is shuddering. His body is a little weakened by the blow and the tumble. And then there's this thing that happens as he basically puts one gun under his arm so he can wipe the blood off, and then he pulls that gun back out, and, like, the act of, like, wrapping his finger around that gunslinger's pistol, like, studies everything. The hand that was, like, a little bit weak becomes firmer. He steps back out from the wall, turns, and easily, like, fucking Aragorn dodging arrows, like, fucking just like pew, pew, as these two guys try to take shots at him, and it's like he's totally fine.
Unreal.
Finally, some good rolls to get out of the way.
Leo is going to stick to the plan, and he is going to fire blinding shots at these guys who are chasing him and get the fuck out of there.
Smart.
He
I
does.
Like
He's gonna make it to Tahiti. He's gonna make it to Tahiti.
Just full
We
on.
just gotta stick to the plan.
Just shoots three bolts out with his repeater dart gun. They go and like block it, like blow up right in these guys' eyes, and then he just books it as fast as he can towards the cave. He actually gets to the cave mouth. Porter, you see him. Porter and Eloise, you see him. I will say, Gus, you can hear movement outside the caves. It's not particularly close, but you do hear movement approaching the caves. You are on the opposite side from where Dex and Leo are having to approach from. But you're covering a different exit, and you hear, like, this way, like, coming towards you. It's not like right outside, but it is nearby.
I'll wait for him.
Porter, it's your turn.
Porter's gonna take his +1 finesse tonic at this point. There are no negatives because he made it, and he's very good at his job. You know, can I if I take both these tonics, is it stackable?
For +1 finesse tonics?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Normally, you would
both
have to
these
contend
tonics.
with side effects, but not in this particular room.
Right. Excellent. And then he's gonna pick up. Does he know what channel the rest of this group are on? Like, can he communicate with the enemy soldiers?
Yeah.
He's gonna get on the radio on their channel. He's gonna say, I think rather than trying to get their lingo, he's just gonna put his hand on the talk thing and like hold it away from his face, and he's gonna say, "Get down! Get down! Put down your weapons! Put them down! We know you got you cornered! We got you cornered!" And he's gonna make it seem like we're at a disadvantage and that they need backup.
Okay. Oh. So you're... Wait, so you're... I want to make sure I understood. You cracked up a little bit there.
Wait. Okay.
But I want to make sure you're trying to play off that the soldiers have you, right? And not the other way around?
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. Like they have basically got us gutted and just need somebody to help put us up on the spit roaster.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and we'll call this a manipulate.
I love that.
I'm gonna
Wasn't
give
expecting that. I
you
love it.
I'm gonna give you a -2 just based on situational stuff. You don't get your first impression here because you are you're not really involved in this.
Specifically trying to play somebody that they already know.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really count then. Just making sure there's nothing else I can add to this.
You're up against a 9.
And 9.
That's what I got.
Oh, no, not that one. I am gonna roll better than that. I've decided. I am. You said -2, right?
Yes.
Spending 2 grit to play to the gallery so I can count this 12.
Okay.
That's just 1 success, Orden.
Okay. So what you hear is there's no response of like any particular order. What you hear is someone respond, repeat comms, what's your 20? So they are listening to the voice that you just did. They don't know what's going on.
Fair enough.
But they have asked that person for more information.
Great.
And depending, unless you try to do something crazy on your next test, you might not even have to roll to communicate with these guys. You tell them to like jump off a cliff, then like, yeah, they're going to be like, that doesn't make any sense. Wait a second. Gus, it is your turn.
So does it sound like these guys are coming in maybe?
It sounds like, well, so no, these guys aren't getting in this turn. They're outside somewhere. You think probably on their next turn they're gonna breach in.
Can I do one small thing and then like hold an action and movement, or no?
Unfortunately, because of your initiative roll, you are at the bottom of initiative, so there's no holding right now. You are.
I want to like set an action to trigger when they come in.
I guess. I mean, it depends on what you want to do. But like, if it's like punch one guy, like that's not gonna work because you are at the end of. Usually, the way that would work is you would hold your turn until they went. They went before you, and they will go before you next
doesn't
turn.
That mean it's? Sorry, doesn't that mean it's Eloise's turn?
I did skip over Eloise. You're totally right. Sorry.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
You guys have the same number in initiative, so I updated my list at the same time, like a fool.
No, that's
That
okay.
makes sense.
Can I can I use quick fix to boost the radio that I have, so that, or like maybe like place a repeater or something in the tunnel so that this radio can reach out to the radios outside when we're down in the cave? Like, can I make one? Can I make a repeater?
You want to create something that will allow you to use this as kind of a bridge to the other radios?
No. So I want like a Wi-Fi booster. Like basically you said when we were down in the caves, the radios, like the cavern where the Augurinho sort of like nest is
it won't
or
reach
whatever.
outside. Yeah.
It won't reach outside. And so I just had the idea of like if there was like a repeater or like a box or a bridge of some kind, so it could boost that signal out to the outside. So like my radio could reach outside. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you hear like the static in Porter's radio. And yeah, absolutely. You can take one of these radios, the one that Porter's holding or the one that you have, and full on boost it up. It's going to take 1 tech cube to do this.
I have a tech cube.
And that will take 4 initiative.
I know. I should have done it last time, but I
won't.
hadn't thought of it.
It won't, because you have an Omni tool.
Oh yeah.
And you have... do you have a talent that also has the time? Do you have Master Crafter yet?
I don't have Master Crafter yet.
Cool. Then you reduce it to 2 initiative instead of 1.
Right. God, 1 initiative. That would be amazing. Yeah. So I just like crunch it up and put some duct tape on the back so I can like put it on the wall.
Is that yours or the one Porter was using?
I don't think that I'm one to just snatch things out of people's hands. So it's mine.
So yeah, Porter, as you hear like, what's your 20? Like, converge, all units, like, report in. Like, it's all like staticky, like, all units report in, right, is what's coming through. But then like Eloise, like, you're like this like static come back, this like feedback come back as Eloise like rips open and like just like displays the bare back of like of her radio, and then like pulls out some things, and like her Omni tool, like you see as it like stretches off of her hand to like give her like extra dexterous fingers that like immediately start like placing bits and soldering, like all this like, and then they like pull back into her onto her hand, and then she like sets it up and then like moves her hand, and out of her wrist it like constructs like a tool that lets her rivet it to the wall, and that staticky like unclear radio signal you're getting becomes clear as day.
Wow, that was really cool. I love that description.
And yeah. So Gus, you were thinking about some way that you could set a trap for these folks.
Yeah, I just wanted to get them coming down the thing so I could grab them when they get here. But if I do something that gets them coming, and then they just see me, and then they got the drop on me, right?
You're very strong. Could you block one of the cave entrances that you're guarding, so they have to come through the other one, so it's only 1 instead of 2?
I mean, it's probably fine either one they come into. I just need them to come in. Well, what I was gonna do, Tommy, help me out here.
Yeah, I can help.
I wanted to take a rock, just take a rock and skip it down the hallway, down the like tunnel behind me, so it's something they hear and have to step in to investigate. And then hopefully once they get in, I wanted to grab the one in front and run.
All right, well that single thing might be a little hard since they're gonna come in on their turn.
Yeah, I know.
But here is what we're gonna do.
You could cowboy up after they go.
Okay.
Well, no, he's gonna come after them anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna come and do their whole turn. He can't interrupt their turn, basically. No, so here's what we're gonna do. The whole like making enough noise so that they think this cave mouth is the one they should come into, that's not gonna require a test. They are outside, you can hear them, you can make enough noise. You're big, strong, you can like knock over a fucking stalagmite, just like what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you roll sneak.
Oh, sorry, I just had the idea. Are they within foot movement speed for me right now?
To like run outside and attack them?
Yeah, to running hit one.
Potentially, you can't see them out there, but they sound like maybe they could be.
Okay.
But you'd have to like full on leave the caves to do so.
No. I
guess, yeah, if your plan was to grab a person and run into the caves with them, like that seems potentially feasible. If you just want to fucking like a boogeyman leap out of the caves and grab a guy and run back into the caves.
That's Tommy.
Monster Gus.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay, yeah. yeah. So it's gonna first. I need an athletics roll from you so that you can cover enough ground. This athletics roll will determine how many actions you have remaining to be able to like grab this guy and get out of dodge. Because it is a focus action to grapple. So the more successes you get, not only the more distance you will be able to travel, but you won't have to like double down just to get off the grapple, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will. And I'm thinking an offensive stance this turn.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 2 grit to play to the gallery.
Okay.
So I can count both of these 17s.
Okay.
And this is unopposed, right? This is just me trying to get out of.
This is to determine your like speed, basically, because you are trying to move a distance that is not like a free action or a quick action or a focused action. In fact, specifically, you're trying really hard to make a large distance a free action.
Yes. And I just got your classic 7 hits. Just your basic 7.
Yeah, this is a free action. To cover this much ground, even with the added weight of a person that you are unwillingly pulling in. Absolutely. So Gus, you're sitting there, you're hearing movement, you're seeing Dex in danger, and you come up with this idea to like lure these guys down this cave mouth. So you burst out. From their perspective, they're like approaching like and fanning out, and like some person's like, check that entrance, you cover the rear. And then like one person's like, all right, I'm going in. And then you just like out of the shadows, like leap out and go ahead and roll an unarmed test to grapple this person.
Cool.
He has a 10.
Oh, honey. That's 4 net successes on a 10. 2 13s and 2 15s.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. So you get this dude in a very good grapple.
Yeah, and I think Gus is a little bit trying to play into, like, he's thought about it and he knows he thought about it, and he knows that they know he's illuminated, and they might have heard what happened yesterday. They probably know a little bit about Gus at this point. So Gus runs out, just like, grabs one and like yanks him off of his feet, basically in a way, like he gets one hand around his head and neck, but he gets another under the dude's shoulder, so that he's not pulling this guy by the neck and like accidentally about to break this guy's neck. He's got him in like a relatively safe subdual hold, and he grabs him, yanks him off his feet, and keeps like yelling as he drags this guy deep into the cave and hopefully out of sight.
They see like they're approaching a shadowy, dark cave mouth that they think enemies are in. They hear, "We got him pinned down, we need help," through the radio. And then you burst out. They see a slight red glow first, and then the shadows break as you leap out with inhuman speed, grab this guy, and then like burst back in, kicking back up stone and rock as you do. And you hear one of them go, "It's him!"
You're goddamn right, it's him.
As you come deep back in, this dude full on grappled within your arms.
This is the freaking predator. The punch.
Would you say that was like an amazing feat of athleticism that people witnessed?
I mean, yeah.
That sounds good. And do I get my Fist of Fury punch on this guy?
Yeah, if you want to do damage to this guy, you can.
I would like to, until I change, I would like my damage to be considered non-lethal.
Okay, cool. That will take a -2 as you called shot to try and hit non-lethal parts.
Cool. Oh, well then I should have done tactical.
Well, now for your next turn, right?
Yeah. All right.
You do have a +4 on this guy right now, and he has a -4.
Yeah.
Yeah, this poor guy. Oh, woe is him. He has a 7. I can count to 7.
Oh, he has a 7? That's actually pretty good for him. That's only 2 net successes.
Cool.
So that's only 14. That's only 14 damage, 6 of which is piercing.
You leap out, grab this guy. He tries to wrestle a little bit, and you just he tries pulling his arm up, and you twist it and sprain his arm as you hold him tighter, running down.
Cool.
Okay. That is Gus's turn. Hey Dex, those guys are gonna shoot at you again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Dex, I don't know about Dex. He can do this for some amount of time, but I don't know how long.
Tommy, I hate to be this guy.
Is it only one time?
I don't know if they're allowed to.
Is it 2 times? It's only one time?
It's once per combat round.
Okay, I thought it was 2. I was thinking a motivational speaker.
No, it's because you can do it every full combat round, but you can only do it once per round.
Right, I have to wait until initiative is...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So these guys just stand here and look at me like idiots.
Yeah. Other things happen, and now it is Dex's turn.
Okay. Based on the distance I still have to cover to the cave, do I think I could get there and shoot these guys, or do I need to just book it?
You're a bit delayed. If you want to get inside the caves, if you want to basically catch up with Leo, who is going to get deeper and deeper, he's at the mouth of the cave right now.
Yeah.
If you want to catch up with him, you can't shoot at these guys. Unless you want to roll an athletics test to try and close extra distance and gain.
Could I use gymnastics?
Not in this
given that I have wall running?
No. I had to roll a die to decide because I was like, what is the exact terrain between you and the caves?
Sure. Okay, so I saw Leo blind the dudes who were near him.
Mm-hmm.
How many dudes were there with him?
There were 3 that were shooting at him. There are 2 that are shooting at you.
Okay. Did I see him blind all 3 fighting him?
Yes, because he can shoot 3 at a time.
Cool. I will shoot these guys then.
Okay.
But first, I will use my once per rest resilience roll.
Regain some hit
And I will
points.
roll discipline to regain hit points. Oh. Good. I've regained all the hit points that I used.
Nice.
It's good, because now I don't have a -1 to everything I'm doing. Now I will shoot these guys.
Cool. Ooh, that's not a good roll for this guy. He has a 7.
Yeah, I deal 16 damage to him. No armor piercing.
Okay. Okay, yeah, he's still alive. You do hit him though, nice and solid.
Okay. That's disappointing, but I guess I will just finish him off.
Okay.
That makes the most sense.
With his negatives, he rolls. Oh shit! Oh, but he's been attacked once. Fuck. He rolls an 8.
Well, this is. He takes 24 damage now.
Oh, well, yeah, he's done. He's gone now. The first one hits him in the gut. He looks up at you, and the second one goes in his fucking forehead.
Yeah, and then I will get out of here, head back towards the caves. Can I roll athletics to try and cover more ground?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll attempt to. Does wall running aid me in this in any way?
I think so. I think I will. There weren't going to be negatives, so I think in general it's just going to be you can get more distance. We'll make it a +2.
Okay.
We'll call it that. We'll call it a +2, and then I will keep it in mind for the amount of distance you cover.
That's I can get 2 hits on these 2 dice, and I'm not allowed to reroll any.
Cool. So you don't catch up with Leo in the sense of like keeping up with him because he is going to go next, but like as he is entering the cave, you are getting to the cave.
And I know I can't mechanically get cover, but I will try and find a spot that like the people that I know are coming for me have to get themselves into a bad spot to shoot me.
Sure. You try to break line of sight, basically. There's like, you know where those guys are who are blinded are going to come around with their vision back, and so you try and make it so they have to wrap a corner before they can shoot you.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of which, it's their turn. Dex, I do believe you're going to be shot at a bit here.
Okay. And none of them on this treacherous terrain of a mountainside just like fall and die while blinded.
No, but it isn't Leo's turn yet, so Leo gets shot at a bit too. But basically, the one remaining person that you out of the 2 you just shot, comes, and then the 3 who Leo had blinded show up. And one other person does show up, but he doesn't get a chance to shoot. He was the last man. He was a little bit further away. He had to take some extra time to get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are going to shoot at you and Leo. The way it's going to break down is 2 of them only have single shots. One's going to go at you. One's going to go at Leo. And then the other 3 have full auto, so they are going to shoot at both of you.
Okay. Wait, I thought the 5th guy couldn't shoot.
You are correct. One is going to shoot at... Oh, it's the guy you shot at. It's the guy whose friend you just shot. He's shooting at you.
Oh.
That's how friendship works.
He has a 10.
I will spend this 2 grit, so I can count this 15.
You are now
Both
at
of these
0
15s.
grit.
Yeah. I guess having announced that, someone evil has certainly been shot at this point.
Yes.
And I watched Leo land a tremendously difficult shot.
Yeah. So 2 of your triggers were hit. You are now at 1 grit. And everyone gets 2 XP. All right. So that's the 1 shot, and then you have 3 shots coming at you as these guys kind of burst fire at you and Leo.
Okay. Do you want me to like roll them in a row, or do you want me to wait and see how they shake out?
We'll do them one at a time because we'll resolve you, and then I'll figure out Leo. Oh my God, Jesus! That guy got an 8.
I have a 10.
Next. He has a 10.
I have a 12.
Okay. And then final shot.
I can count at 11. Yeah.
This guy can also count an 11, which you did roll. The rest are really low.
I only have an 8.
Okay, that does delete the rest of them, so it only gets 1 net success over you.
So it's just 6 damage, yeah?
Yeah, 6 damage for armor piercing.
The armor piercing no longer
Oh,
matters.
yeah, you're busted. Yeah, so shots ring out. Both Dex and Leo get hit a little bit as shots pepper behind them with these people running at him, shooting and blasting. Hoarder. There's not really, I don't know if there's really anything for you to glean from this in particular, but you can tell that these soldiers are moving with enhanced like speed and stamina that you wouldn't normally expect. The amount of distance they've covered, the amount of shots that they're landing, you know that they are, it goes beyond what could be trained in a normal person. And you and basically you're like you've assessed their like tonics enough, like you know that these guys are like hopped up right now on like combat stims.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Stuff happens. Leo books it all the way down, slides down the mouth into the Agarino den. Not fully. He gets about halfway down and then like holds his ground there for a second, puts his hand up on the wall, is like gasping for air, and then you watch as a couple bullets just fall out of his like chest plate. And then he like steadies himself a little bit.
Neat trick.
That's so cool.
The guy you're grappling, Gus, wants out. He's gonna try to get out.
Does he? Oh, does he want out?
He's gonna try. And his friends are gonna follow in and probably shoot at you. But first, this guy's gonna try and get out of your arms. You got a 5.
Oh, well, then I don't have to. Well, then I don't have to spend grit because I can count the 6. But I did roll 2 20s, which I believe on 5 dice is a misfire.
Yeah,
it is. Perfect. So what's happening, Gus, is you're fighting this guy. He puts up a fight. He like starts like kicking. He actually kicks his legs up. You see he's trying to like do some kind of trained maneuver, but the fact that you were like holding him horizontal makes it hard for him to like do it effectively. But what he does do is wrap one of his legs around like the back of your head and like pulls you down, and you have to like reorient the way you're holding him. So you stop dead ass like in this hill or in this like cave mouth as these people are chasing after you. It was a regular misfire. It wasn't a grave misfire because you did succeed. Misfire. So what we'll do is give you a -2 to your first dodge here. Because you are like reorienting, you're like, fucking what? And then a bullet whizzes out at you and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So you're -2 to this first dodge as you get shot at. Let's see, how many people will be able to shoot at you? 4 of them are going to be able to shoot at you.
Really should have popped my muscle tonic.
You are up against a 13 currently.
I'll spend 2 grit to count this 15.
Okay. The next attack, Gus, I will bamboozle you twice over.
All right.
So you're at 7 grit.
Nice. That means this 13 explodes now.
Oh. You remember the -1 for being attacked an additional time, right?
Yeah.
Cool. You are up. You said you had a 13?
Mm-hmm.
Then you are gold. All right. Final attack. I will bamboozle you with a -2, 1 additional time.
All right. This is when things get a little hairy.
So this time you were up against a 13.
How many do you have over an 11? Am I allowed to ask that when I determine?
You can. Actually, it's incredibly important you ask that question. A lot of times it doesn't matter, but this time I have a 13, an 11, and an 11, and I'm the aggressor. So.
All right. Well, remember all that great you gave me?
Yes.
I'm gonna give it right back. Oh, that's all yours. I didn't want that. As I go it strong to take away the -2 because I can't take away the bamboozle.
Right. You're taking away the dodge penalty.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna play to the gallery.
Yeah.
And going it strong is 3, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So does that put you at 2? Do I have my count right?
No, you do not.
Okay.
I'm at 4.
Okay, thank you. I was pretty sure when I gave you 2 grit, I actually took 2 grit away, and I was like, something seems wrong here.
Yeah. No, I have a 15 now.
Okay, cool. So just 3 shots come out at you, and then another shot comes out at you from a hard caliber pistol, and you see basically breaking up against the stone wall, like digging in, but breaking up against the stone wall because, let's face it, you're very hardy. You're not as hardy as a stone wall. This thing wasn't meant to go into a stone wall. You see a shock dart shatter.
Oh. Muy interesante.
There's something, I know it is genuinely more effective because of how hard caliber works. There's something deeply funny to me about a hard caliber shooting shock darts.
It supercharges the ammunition, regardless of what the ammunition does.
That's wild. It's a very heavy dart.
You're coming
Very
with
long
me
needle.
alive. Only alive.
I'm gonna bring you in alive so hard. And these guys are like right on your butt, Gus. They're not like so close as for you to be able to just like turn and punch them without having to run back towards them, but like they are quickly pursuing you, and you see there's more on the way. They just had to catch up, so they didn't get a chance to shoot you.
Sure.
You look back and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people chasing you.
All right. Pretty good.
Oh, sorry, 5. You were holding one of the 6. Porter, it is your turn. You see Dex getting shot at. You have, these guys are at long range, the ones who are shooting Dex. They are outside the caves. You see them approaching.
Okay. First of all, just something that occurred to me. It's a hard caliber pistol that Dex gave to me last session. Does it still fire light firearm ammo? That's what it shoots?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Excellent. Secondly, excuse me. I'm going to slam my hand on Eloise's radio, and I'm gonna send a clear message of we got them pinned down in Sector 7, inside the cave. Inside the cave, we got them pinned down. We need support. We need backup.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a manipulate test for me right now. You can have a +2.
Ah, love it.
Not even really lying.
That's wild to me. So I don't have reroll at all. Because I've got a high of 5 now. I rolled a 1, a 4, a 5, and 2 18s, and I don't have any reliability to rely upon.
Not even natural because you're an odd number?
I mean, it's. What do you mean?
If your personality is an even number, you get 1 natural reliability.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's odd.
Yeah. So the only way, if you rolled 4 dice, you can make your own luck for a 5th. Otherwise, that's your roll.
No, I'm not going to accept that. I am going to use my talent, Wink and a Prayer, and I'm going to re-roll that test
Okay.
with different dice.
You are up against an 8.
Okay. Wow, 2 more 18s. You believe that? But I do have an 8 and a 10.
Okay, cool. So they kind of come back at you with, all units you heard converge on Sector 7. What is their position? Where are they? And you respond back like instantly, like there's like a large cave. There's like a cave network with a large subterranean path. They've gone down in there, like that kind of thing. Like kind of like give them a layout. Like this is where we're going, even though you guys aren't there yet. And
Right.
then you hear over the radio Henry Fawcett's voice come out with, "Got him pinned down? Bring in the Barkers."
I hate that. I don't want to know what that
Yes,
is.
sir.
Can I roll on
Oh
that?
God.
I know a little bit about everything.
Can you roll on that? I don't know. Yes, go ahead and roll lore to know of this mercenary slang.
Maybe I met somebody. I don't know.
I'm gonna give you, because of your background and the obscurity of this, you're gonna roll lore at a -7. It's unopposed.
What?
It's unopposed.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well.
Like a rich family hires private security when they think the family's not listening. They just talk like, their lingo and their jargon.
Okay.
-6, because you are a tinker.
Cool. Okay, so I have Lore Master and Know It All.
All right, well, know it all means you get 1 success no matter what. It doesn't matter how many negatives I give you. You have an inkling what this is, no matter what.
Okay. So including my Know It All, I have 1 extra success, so that's 2 successes total.
Cool. He says bring in the Barkers, and there's a few different ways that it's an old military term. It's derived from factory war era type stuff, and you've read a bit on that era, and you've learned a bit about the history of the factory wars. And being in Iron Harbor, you know that it was a big deal for Iron Harbor, because when they were opposed to Fort Dearborn developed some technology that kind of outpaced them in, like, Iron Harbor is extremely good at developing technology, but not necessarily technology specifically meant to murder and kill. Fort Dearborn has them beat on that. And so Iron Harbor kind of had this like arms race with Fort Dearborn throughout the factory
We choose
wars.
not to do that, okay?
Yeah.
We could beat them.
Basically, like, Iron Harbor was the only other factory town that could try and keep up with Fort Dearborn during the factory wars. And so because of that, you harken back to like the times that you've read up on this, and like it's not something you've heard of before, like at all recently, but like you remember it's a weapon. It's like a type of weapon. It's not even like a specific weapon, it's a type of weapon. And it like harkens back from like this old term, this old phrase, like let loose the dogs of war. And like you try to like think back on it, and you remember like one time a long time ago at a very, very boring, you're like fucking 11 years old, you're at a museum in Iron Harbor. It sucks. they're like, it's like a meet and greet. Everyone's carrying champagne. You're offered some really gross, way too sweet grape juice. And like, it's just like, everything sucks. And you're like the youngest person there. You don't have anyone else to hang out with because who else would bring their fucking kid to this gala? Except for your family. Yeah.
Just my dad.
And so you sneak away and you go to a part of the museum that it wasn't about. Because this was like about like some like anti-grav like, you know, factory machine that was going to like revolutionize the efficiency of like certain aspects of Iron Harbor production. That meant nothing to you, didn't care. And then you wandered off and there's a section of the museum that was dedicated to the factory wars. And you like remember seeing a prototype of a weapon that the Iron Harbor militia used to try and pretty much failed to counteract what came to be known as like the war barkers or like the dogs of war. And it was this type of weaponry developed in Fort Dearborn that kind of like was quickly adopted by pretty much all other factory towns that could manage to make it. And there were these massive machine guns with huge like rotating barrels that could either be like worn by a soldier who wanted to like press the advantage, but also had like auto turret stands. So like they could, as soon as they like had an area to hold, they could throw it on the ground and pull out their primary weapon and start firing while it fired on other people. They were typically loaded with explosive rounds. They are extremely deadly. And while you don't necessarily know whether or not Black Star has access to like military grade dogs of war, like you at least know that like they have a connection with the Fort Dearborn militia, so they might have like a Mark like 6 or 5, whereas like Fort Dearborn militia's on like Mark 12 or something.
Okay.
You do know that they're a pretty taxing and costly thing to bring to battle, so it's very rare that they would bring many. Even during the factory wars, Fort Dearborn used them very strategically. They did not want to give them up to the enemy.
Okay. I don't think I shared this information yet.
You don't share that they have explosive routes to use on our explosive lined caves?
It's not explosive lined, it's very precision based explosives.
The caves are lined with explosives, Tommy. I don't care. You know what? There's explosives in them. Their caves. That's where we are.
All right. So, having done that, can I still shoot somebody?
Yes. They are at long range, so you're gonna be, if you're saying where you are, you're gonna be rolling at a minus. It's gonna be -3.
That's fine.
I didn't ask. Did this gun that I gave Border? It had enhanced sights, right?
It's one of theirs, right?
Yes.
Yes. So -2 then.
Excellent. So that's the gun I will be shooting, which only has one type of ammo. And I'd like to shoot the person who's nearest Gus right now.
Oh, okay. So the ones you can see right now from your position are the ones that are chasing Dex.
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood. Then the closest one to Dex then.
Cool.
That's even better. I got my situation handled. It's just 5 guys. One of them's got big darts.
Does this gun have ergonomics?
It does
by
not.
any chance?
No, but
Okay.
you do have, from the gun, you have 2 reliability.
2 liability, absolutely.
Because it is semi-auto and excellent quality. Oh no! I rolled a 9.
Murder Porter.
Sorry, 1 second.
Let's go practice medicine.
Fine, all right.
Surgical precision.
Go practice some medicine. Oh my god.
I stole that from Team Fortress 2, but It's good.
Good place.
Damn it. I've got a high of 8.
That sucks because I have a 9.
Yeah, I know. I don't even have something higher. I don't want to spend that great. All right, that's
Hey,
fine.
You just fire a
I'm
shot
trying
and
to
miss
shoot him again. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You know,
It is the
they
first
know
time
that-
Porter's ever, I assume, fired a hard caliber weapon.
Yeah, Dex says
Absolutely.
2
I'm
hands.
like-
You're like, okay, 2 hands. Okay. I mean, it's a big pistol, but I don't understand. And you have fired a medium firearm, like a sniper rifle. This thing has a kick that outweighs that. Like, you think even if you had a stock and like a full-on like body to this gun, you would still have a bruise on your shoulder. You actually almost lose it as it bursts back, and like you lose the grip with one hand because you weren't gripping hard enough, and you like almost lose it where you have to like turn and catch it as it like blows back. You're like, oh, ah.
I think once he has it, he immediately goes, ah, ow.
I do hate to be that guy, but how did they know Porter was there?
They know that you guys are in the caves. They have
right. We did tell them.
They have negatives to because they couldn't see Porter, but like they are aware that there's people who are there to
Gunfire
kill
from
them.
the cave. Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. That is Porter's turn. Eloise, it is your turn.
I would like to flip the switch on the detonator to release instead of depress. So that
You won't make a dead man switch.
it's a dead man switch instead of a button.
Okay. Are you going to be holding it down now for the rest of the combat?
I think so.
Okay. That's not going to require a test. You designed these explosives. You designed this detonator. You can easily flip a switch.
The other
You can-
thing is I did design it so like it's not like fighting really hard against me to open up, right?
Yeah.
Like I just have to. Yeah, it's just it's like holding. It's like this, just like this. Right, everything's fine.
Yeah, you're just holding onto a thing, and if you let go of it, that cave explodes.
Yeah.
That's like barely even a free action.
Yeah. So wherever I need to move to get remain in cover or whatever is, I'm not doing any offensive actions.
Well, you know you have soldiers pressing down behind Gus. Leo has moved past you into the mouth of the Agarino den. Gus is approaching, like you can see him and the guy he's holding as he approaches his part of the cave mouths. Porter, oh yeah, Porter, did you want to move at all at the end of your turn, or are you staying where you're at?
I think that staying in excellent cover is probably the best place I can be right now, so I'm gonna stay here.
Okay, cool. You do like the rate at which the soldiers seem to be approaching, like the area where you are right now is going to become a war zone next turn. Like you'll have excellent cover, but like right now you have a straight shot to the Agarino den. So basically right now, retreat to the Agarino den, very easy. Next time there's going to be lots of bullets flying around. Like you're going to have to like be in a actual firefight, which is fine if that's what you want, the choice you want to make. I just want to let you like make the informed decision.
Yeah. I mean, people coming. I'm hoping I can still knock some of them out before I retreat. So I'm gonna stay where I am.
Cool. Totally fine. Yeah, because Dex has a lot of distance to travel still.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Eloise, you have you've switched your dead man switch on.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I don't move.
Could you get to Dex? And
Yes.
just fucking slam some machinery cubes on me real quick? I don't care if my armor explodes when this fight is done.
Yes.
That's exciting. So you're gonna try and quick fix Dex's armor. That will put you. You're gonna lose initiative next turn.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah.
you can jump out of cover and run up to Dex. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then I would not have switched this. I switch it and I'm like, oh no, I have something else to do. And then like
Sure.
like
You
that's
you like toggle the thing. You're like, it works, and then you move.
Okay. Yeah, and I will quick fix.
Cool. Go ahead and roll machinery.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it doesn't give you negatives because you have an Omni tool. You're just at
I
0.
have an Omni tool. Yeah.
Yeah, it just takes you your normal turn.
Yes.
God, I can't wait until you get Master Crafter and you can just spend 1 initiative crafting in combat. Your turns take 1 initiative.
I'm not
A fun
doing
character.
negatives.
On one turn, I craft.
So
and
yours
then I
is
deflect.
it's completely broken, right?
Yeah, it only has 6 maximum armor though, so like.
Okay. Well then, I wish I could give you all 6, but I can only give you 5.
Shucks.
Right?
This
Because
is-
it doesn't, or does it still confer the 3 points from the cube?
I'm sorry, what?
Does the machinery cube still confer the 3 points of armor points when I do this, or is it like healing in combat before you get?
Oh no. I mean, it does the normal. Yeah.
Okay, great. Then you get all 6,
Great.
and 1 for good measure.
And then I will just in parentheses under my armor write quick fixed.
So yeah.
Repairs are actually permanent in quick fix.
No,
It's-
Oh
okay.
yeah. No, you're right.
yeah,
Only things
repairs
you
are
build.
crafting
Only things you build.
is not.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
great.
So Dex, you're running. You see Porter fire a shot past you. It bursts into rocks way behind you, almost hitting someone. And then Eloise comes out from around cover, runs up to you, and she pulls her arm out. She has like her shield deployed. She pulls her arm out, and you see like she has her Omni tool kind of built into like a gauntlet on her hand, and it looks like a piston. And she full on punches you in the chest, and it like goes like breaks off with using the momentum of the punch to like wrap around you and like build new armor around you. So like your usual, like your very archaic, like not archaic, but like very like ornate like gunslinger armor is replaced by a similar form because it kind of like shapes to the form of your armor, but it like textually and aesthetically looks like Eloise's tech. It's like kind of that gold, red, amber like type coloring that like latches on to your armor, like filling in the gap, like filling on the gaps and like re-cinching the attachments.
Rad as hell.
Run.
She says as she steps in front of you and gets her shield ready.
I have used all of my movement. Please leave.
Also, I don't know why I thought you still have a turn, Eloise. I don't know why I thought you didn't.
You probably took it away, but you took Porter's initiative.
This is true.
How dare you?
Continuing, Gus, it's your turn.
Listen, they're together, but they're both their own people.
He's just got one line that says Peloise. How close is Big Dart Boy to me? Corporal Big Dart.
You didn't see, but when you turn back, you did hear the familiar shot of a hard caliber, and you do see that like you got like 3 people in front of you, like at various like relatively close together but various distances, and then at the mouth of the cave there was a guy who like shot with a hard caliber.
Okay. In that case, but there's 2 guys that are pretty close.
Close. You'd have to run back like 5 to 10 feet to get to them.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I want to use my free Fist of Fury attack really quick.
Okay.
Can I do that first?
Yeah.
Yeah, try to knock this guy out.
Sure.
I am Oh, and I quickly chug a muscle skills tonic. One muscle skills tonic that I got.
Just bloop, done.
Bloop. Out. And then I going into tactical this turn,
Okay,
and I try to knock this guy out.
cool. Don't forget, you have him in a rating 4 grapple. Okay.
Yeah. What's he got?
Well, right now he has a 3, but I want to know what you got because maybe I'll go it strong.
I have a 3, a 7, and 8, and 11, and 14.
Never mind. I don't need to go it strong. That will not help him.
Cool. So yeah, I'm not.
So how many next successes over 3? I need to know how much damage it takes. You remembered the -2, but you undid that with tactical.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got no penalty. It's like freaking. It's 30 damage. I mean,
It's cool. You did non-lethal, which means he just goes down.
yeah.
Goes to sleep.
While I've got him, I just sort of like and I turn and I like sort of just like I turn and I hold him and I like bump his head against the cave wall really quick, and then sort of drop him and go running towards one of these other guys to grab him and drag him further into the cave.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll an unarmed attack. I will bamboozle you 3 times for this.
Okay.
So you are up to 7 now.
Mhm.
Ah. This guy has a 12.
Oh man, might have me. Those would be 3 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't forget you're tactical though, so.
Yeah, but that's just called shot penalties, right?
Oh, call shot. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
that just makes it so that you taking extra negatives for not trying to murder people.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're not doing that right now though. You're not doing a called shot to grapple.
Yeah.
It's a +2 to called shots. Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it just ignores.
I
it
literally
takes
was
away
just
the
trying to
call shot
remember
penalty.
what tactical did.
Yeah, all it does is take away the called shot penalty. That's it.
Cool.
He's got a 12.
Yep.
He's got me beat.
Yeah, so you like get shot at a little bit. You pull this guy up and just like slam him up against the wall, like toss him down on the ground. The others are coming. You kick up, and this guy full on like goes like he drops his rifle on the sling, and gets his hands up. And you throw, and he manages to like catch one in his hand and like deflect it a little bit. You hear like one of his fingers like pop when you do, and he's like ah, and then you like throw like 2 more punches, but like he like ducks, and then like he actually throws. What happens is you go for the actual grapple, and he slides down, and there's this moment where like you're trying to grab him, but he slides down and kicks right at your ankle in a way that like will like potentially break your ankle. So you have to like kind of hop up to avoid it, and because of that, like your grapple goes over his head, and then like as you drop down and like regain your footing, like he's pulling back and pulling up his rifle again, and you realize like this is done. This guy is successfully. I tried to fucking jump him, and this dude knows fucking Krav Maga.
Well, shame. I go sprinting down deeper into the cave.
Yeah. So without having to use any additional, well, you're out of action. So right now, without having to roll athletics, you can get to the mouth of the Agarino cave. If you want to get deeper into the Agarino den, it's just going to be an athletics roll.
Yeah, I would love to roll athletics.
Cool.
One of my favorite things to do. It's usually nice and unopposed. It's a miss, so I get to re-roll it. Wow, it's still an 18. That's 5 successes.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get as deep into the Agarino den as you want. Not I'd say like halfway in, right? It's very big. You can't make it to like the exit that you guys have on the other side, but you can like get full on past Leo into where there's cover and stuff, like with space in between the cover and the mouth that they're going to be entering in from. Your call. You have free reign. Like that is your range of movement right now. So basically, like this dude does get his gun up, and as he shoots, you full on like leap up off the ground, and bullets like hit where you were. As you like leap, turn, land on the ground, and just start sprinting as fast as you can. You blow past Leo.
And there's only one entrance. There's basically all these caves lead to the same entrance to the Ocarina.
Yes, because you have hidden.
Right.
You have hidden.
You've hidden the other one.
The other one. Yeah.
Cool. Then I wanna get myself smacked up against the wall next to it. Next to that entrance, so there's a potential they run in straight past me.
Yep, absolutely. You can full on do that. You have the full movement. I'll even say that you can get excellent cover if anyone sees you and wants to shoot you.
Cool.
Okay. So the scene as it sits is soldiers are pressing in the caves from all angles. You know that there are even more soldiers coming. I believe Eloise still has Detect Life up, so Eloise knows that they are approaching with rapid haste. You have a little under, well, a little bit more than a little now, under 30 soldiers converging on your location. Dex has been shot multiple times, his armor hastily repaired by Eloise's technical brilliance. She has interposed herself between him and his immediate pursuers. Leo has made it into the tunnel to the den. Gus has made it into the den proper. Porter is holding his ground. He sees Dex and Eloise down the cave mouth. As soldiers are moving in now, kind of behind him, as they pursue Gus to the mouth of the Ocarina den. Porter, Dex, and Eloise still have a decent amount of terrain to cover, with a potential troop of soldiers getting in the way between them and the mouth of the Ocarina den. And even that means nothing, because there's still like over a dozen soldiers that you haven't even seen yet. And Henry Fawcett. And Eloise knows 2 dogs of war on the way. That's where we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. I got 10:31 on the clock. I'll see y'all at probably like 10:42. We'll make it a 10-minute break roughly. See you guys then. Let's go. Let's see how these guys do. I still have 11 grit. I still hunger for limbs. We'll be back.
Tommy.
Can't have it.
Well, I'm glad I didn't start that anecdote.
I was all ready for it.
Yeah, now we'll never
Hi.
hear it. Thanks, Tommy.
Hello. A little bit of a haphazard return from break, but we're here. So we're going to jump right back into it. Those of you who are just now joining or missed the beginning, these drifters plus the Raven, aka Leo Riggs, are fighting Black Star Mercenary Company in the Punched Peaks. They have lured the mercenaries into a network of a very shallow network of caves that leads to an Agarino den that these drifters have rigged to explode. So once they've lured enough soldiers in, they plan to escape through a secret exit in the back and blow the whole thing up. But right now, they're still trying to get to their fortified position. Dex has been shot plenty of times. Gus has become akin to a horror movie monster as he has just been grabbing people in the shadows. Eloise has moved up to protect Dex. Porter has held his central position, even though it has the potential of being overrun. Leo Riggs has pulled back into the tunnel that connects. He has regenerated himself, and who knows what he's going to do. Many soldiers are on the way, coming in full force. The plan seems to be working, even though Dex seems to have taken the brunt of the negatives of the consequences. There, the brunt of the consequences. But Eloise did just fully repair his armor, so we good to go. All right. Things happen. Dex, it is your turn.
Okay. First, God, I hate that I'm about to drink this healing tonic. I drink this gross healing tonic that I think we got from the bandits we fought with Caldwell.
Uh-huh.
It is a tier 2 tonic. It does heal these 6 hit points. I do find myself having a little bit of a hard time catching my breath now. And there is an upsetting rumble in my stomach.
Do you have gut rot?
No, I have irritable bowels.
Oh no!
No.
Shortness of breath and IBS are my side effects that I suffer now.
Oh my god!
I think that's how Elvis died.
Okay. So, shortness of breath means that I can call for extra fatigue tests. So, like, sometimes if you run an extra amount of distance or anything like that, I will have you roll to see if you take fatigue damage. Irritable bowel syndrome is after every turn. Once you've finished one of your turns, you got to roll a d20. If that d20 comes up 20, you lose all the rest of your initiative. Because...
As well as the contents of your stomach.
Yeah. Oh boy, okay.
Amazing.
Well, okay. Anyways, I'm gonna start heading back towards the cave. Not one to argue with Eloise, as she's just done a very good thing to put me in a much better spot. I don't want to get so far away that I can't help her out, because she seems like she is in not a great spot right now.
Okay, so you want to try and maintain relative line of sight to her?
Yeah, and as I am running, can I hold 2 bundles of heavy incendiary ammo in my hand at one time?
Do you have a machinery cube?
Why would I have that? Why would I have that? Eloise is right there. Why would I have that?
The answer would be yes if you had a machinery cube, because I'd let you kind of like have like almost a saddlebag for them. But
no, that's fine. So no, the answer is
yeah, you can hold 1 easy, but 2 is a bit much.
Cool. Yeah, I will take this bundle of heavy firearm incendiary ammo, also from the bandits we fought with Caldwell, and I'm going to huck it at these soldiers heading down the tunnel towards me and Eloise. And then when it's in the middle of them, I'm going to shoot it and hope to set them on fire that they might slow down.
Okay. These are the ones, not the ones that are chasing Gus, but the ones that are chasing you, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do a range test for you to land. Basically, you were using effectively like an improvised small explosive. So go ahead and roll a range test to see how like centered you can land that amongst the soldiers that are following you. There are 1, 2, 3, or 5 soldiers who are in pursuit of you right now.
That's 4 successes.
Okay, cool. So you land it. You can either land it in a place where you can hit all 5, or you can land it in a place where you hit 3 of them extremely well.
I would like to hit 3 of them extremely well.
Okay, cool. There's 3 that are basically coming down. They're the ones who got blinded by Leo. They're coming around. Their vision's back at this point.
No, I know. It's just very funny to me that this is the next thing that happens to them.
But they're coming together, and then there's 2 that are like coming from a different angle. So you toss directly at those guys. You got 4 successes. What's your highest?
Oh, it was an 11.
Cool. Yeah, boom, lands right down in between all 3 of them. And then you can take the shot. That's just an unopposed range test. Actually, you know what? You'll need 1 success to detonate it at this point. So the amount of extra successes you get does not make this explosive better, so there's no reason for you to roll it.
Could I? Yeah, it doesn't. There's no way to. I was gonna say, could I shoot it while it's like in midair, so it's at like face and torso height when it detonates?
Yes, it won't change anything, but yes. So this is a poor quality small explosive with the incendiary mod effectively. Because it is not meant to be used in this way, I'm gonna give them a slight bonus to their dodge against it. Because the explosion is less like, it's more of like a combustion of multiple explosions as opposed to one big bam.
Sure.
So they'll get a +1 to this. I'm gonna roll them all individually. There's 3 of them. Okay, that guy's a little fucked. And that guy's a little fucked. So one of them completely clears it. Oh shit. They're hurt. I forgot Leo hurt them.
Does he completely clear it?
No, that guy does not completely clear it anymore.
He thinks to himself, an explosive. I'm just gonna make a quick move with my knee right. Oh no, my knee. It's been hurt.
So you got it right on them. So the damage they're trying to avoid is 10 damage. Oh, it's just on the thing. Okay, 6. Oh boy. Oh, golly gee. Well, all of them get hit. And all of them catch on fire. Dex lets you get in front of him, Eloise, to like block, but then you just see over your head this like bundle of ammo like fly over your head, and before it hits the ground, there's a shot from Dex, and this thing like several immediately fast explosions, just like bullets fly out, flame bursts all around. It's almost like a firecracker. Right? It's not just like one big combustion. It's like several crackles and explosions, and there's like some way up in the air and some down on the ground. But many of the explosions and conflagration hits these guys latching onto their armor and beginning to spread fire as it does. And they don't look very happy about it. I'll tell you what.
And then I will, can I get back to like basically where Porter is?
Yeah.
Cool. I assume I can't get into cover because I don't have an action for it, but I will. That's more or less where I want to be. So I want to keep moving towards the cave, but I want to be able to also cover Eloise's retreat.
Cool. Sounds good. And
oh wait, hold on. Sorry. I still have initiative.
I mean, yeah, you do. What?
Yeah, no, I do. It wasn't a 20.
Got it. Yes. Yes. Your stomach rumbles a little bit, but you're able to kind of control it. Hey, Eloise, these people who are on fire?
Yeah. They're busy, right? I mean, they're like so busy.
They are going to put themselves out. The other two are going to shoot at you.
Okay.
Those guys catch on fire and immediately start patting themselves and each other out as they start grabbing dust and sand and dirt to try and put the fire
They're
out on
trained. They
themselves.
stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Like
Yeah.
fuck.
Okay.
But you do get shot at twice, Eloise.
Okay.
First time you're only up against a 10.
God. That is a grave misfire.
Arms.
What?
Do you want to downgrade that? With grit? Do you want to spend grit to downgrade that?
Yeah.
Remember when Porter was on the horse and Seth was like, I think it's fine. I think it's fine if this is a grave misfire. And I told him, Seth, if this happens, you die. And he was like, I think it's fine. And then he almost bled to death.
I do very much remember that.
Do it, Addie, please.
You make your you do whatever you want, Addie.
I have a plan
How
for
much
my
is the
grit,
jam?
and it
That's more than
suddenly
one.
very much doesn't work.
Well, you let me know. Do you want to make this not a grave misfire, or do you want so do you want to make it a regular misfire, or do you want to take the grave misfire? What'd you roll? How many would you roll? Because if
I
you
rolled-
obviously fail, so
I rolled 3 dice.
you just miss.
2 of them were 20s, and 1 was a 17.
Oh, okay.
And then I re-rolled that into a 20, which doesn't matter, but I have more reliability and I cannot use it. So
Cool.
Oh, God.
I really want to be playing D&D right at this moment.
So I will at least tell you that grave misfire or no, that is 18 damage with 4 armor piercing coming your way. Grave misfire could increase that, or perhaps grave misfire could be something else. Carnaxis does say take this and give you a grit though. Eloise, you're at 10 now.
Thank you.
Oh,
Carly.
Connie.
I guess I will. It's how many grit is it? I need.
It's 3 to scrape by.
Okay, I will use 3 of my grit to scrape by. Bringing me down to 6, and then Carnaxis makes it 7, and then I've repaired an item, and I made my Omni tool. Can I have another grit? I made the armor that
Yes.
people are wearing.
You made the armor that Dex is currently wearing when his armor was broken.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. So now I have a grit.
So you've hit 2 of your advancement triggers.
Yeah.
You have 8 grit now because you get a grit for that.
Right. And I will take the misfire. So I have
Okay.
nothing else to do about it.
So
So 18 damage for armor piercing.
that is correct.
Okay. So I have 3 toughness, which makes it 15.
Yeah, let's go ahead. This, I was about to get really complex with this one misfire. Let's make your toughness is 3 toughness because it's hardened, right? It's hardened medium armor.
It's hardened and it has resilient, and it is an armored frame, the tech mod.
Well, no, that just gives you extra armor points.
Okay, then yeah.
Medium armor gives you 1, hardened makes it 2. I'm just gonna go ahead and bypass the hardened on this, so you only have a toughness of 1. That's the misfire.
So that's 17. Well, you might get an arm.
I checked. He's not in arm range.
Yeah, it's only 18 damage.
Okay.
There is an Eloise's arm emote I have discovered on Twitch.
The one that is purple flame.
Yeah, it's an arm. It's an arm with a spell in it.
Okay. I'm going to take an injury.
Okay. I believe that's a class 3.
It is. I have fractured a bone.
It's wild how often y'all roll that. There's 3 other injuries, and yet you always roll the one that takes away your muscle and finesse.
Rolled an 18.
For Eloise, though, that's not that bad. She doesn't need muscle or finesse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, moving around right now would be real good. Cool. So. Yep. And then there's a second attack.
Yes.
Okay. Whoop, whoop. Doesn't exist anymore. It fell on the ground.
It's gone forever.
Don't you even count?
You are up against 12.
Okay. Um.
What happened?
I have no hits.
But it's not a misfire.
It's not a misfire. It's no hits.
Okay.
No hit.
Okay.
Is my toughness reduced forever?
No, it was just because of that. I made
Okay.
that one shot bypass your hardened, right?
Okay.
That you just got very lucky and hit a part of your armor that wasn't hardened. Yeah. However, I'm gonna spend grit.
What? I disagree.
Punch it is 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, so punch it raises the accuracy of a gun by 1. So I do that. And I deal 24 damage with 4 armor piercing as I punch it up so I can count all 4 of these hits.
Okay. Oh, okay.
If ever there was a time to make your own luck, it feels like this is it.
Yeah, I guess so. Can I do that? Can I make my own luck ready?
I am the aggressor, so I have to spend my grit first, so yeah.
Okay. So this is 1. Nope. Let me see another one.
You're spending make your own luck twice?
Yeah, that's 2 grit.
Get successes?
Nope.
What are you rolling for?
I rolled a 4 and a 17. I'm rolling for 16s.
Oh yeah.
Look at the gallery!
Look at the gallery.
The 4 doesn't do anything.
No, because this is no. Now I'm rolling for 15s because it's the second time. Yeah. No. 16s including.
Yeah. The 4 is a success, which could cancel out one of my 4 successes. However, my lowest success is a 6.
Yeah. I rolled 2 4s and a 1 and a 17, and I can't make grit work for the 17. So that's no success. I mean, it's successes, but it's not.
The highest is a 4. 24 damage with 4 armor piercing. You can take it or you can take an injury.
This is
It's
this is arm range.
and
This
you
is
have
our range.
And you have a toughness of 3, right? So that
I have
makes
a
it
toughness of 3,
makes
so
it 21 damage with 4 armor piercing, which you could
And I have
just
to roll twice.
take, or you could roll an injury.
Hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 23.
You're trying to decide if you want to have 1 hit point or an injury.
No, yeah, 1 hit point or
Or an injury.
I don't know what to do.
Ask the chat. Ask the chat. Chat.
What should I do? Help.
Chat. She can either take all of the damage and have 1 hit point going into the rest of this fight,
That brings minuses.
which is a ton of minuses, and there's still like I could double down. There's still other people, or she could roll on the injury chart where she has to roll 2 d20s and take the highest result. And I believe the second highest result you can roll is.
Let me
If you double
listen.
down, you're sleeping in the backyard tonight.
Let me give the chat like my sort of like more educated take on what's happening here. Every class 4 injury except bye arm is worse than being at 1 hit point. And if you're at 1 hit point, you can always still choose to take an injury instead of damage.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So the class 4 injuries are you lose all your grit, and you don't get to like spend grit on the ability to not die when you take too much damage. So your only way to survive is by taking injuries. The second class 4 injury is anyone who shoots you gets like extra damage against you just until the class 4 injury is gone. The third class 4 injury is you lose a limb, and the fourth class 4 injury is you start bleeding to death and will die eventually unless someone successfully treats this injury.
Been there.
So like class 4 injuries, big fucking deal. Dan has a point. You could be at 1 hit point and
The
just
best case scenario, given the situation we are in, is your arm falls off and you can just leave it behind and run for cover.
I mean, the losing all grit one is like almost fine.
Addie's got plans for that grit. She needs that grit.
Yeah, she has plans for
I
it.
disagree. I disagree given the scenario we're in.
Sure. No one in the chat is voting, Addie. I think you have to make your own choice.
Okay.
Take the shot.
Take the shot.
I can't ask Porter to come and save me if I start bleeding out. So I will take the damage and have 1 hit point.
Okay. Argalom did at the end there agree with Dan's logic of having 1 hit point.
Like you can always take a very bad injury later if you have 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's so hungry for the arms.
Almost got one.
He's so close. Addie, if you could just roll the injury, just to know.
Okay. Yeah. I am bleeding out.
It would have been bleeding out.
All the 20s you're rolling tonight, that makes sense.
It's an 18. It's an 18. But
All of you hear vehicles and soldiers closing in on your position. It is Leo's turn. Leo sees Gus fucking fly by him. He sees Porter over in the distance, like holding his ground. He saw Eloise run after where Dex is, though he can't see Dex and Eloise right now. He hears gunshots firing out. I guess actually he can see Dex. He sees Dex rejoin Porter. Eloise has not returned. He hears gunfire up that way. He hears the soldiers coming after Gus, and he pulls out a grenade, activates it by twisting it, tosses it out in the way where Gus came from, and smoke just starts.
Okay.
and then he says, "Fall back!" as he goes to get cover in the Ocarina Den. Some shots ring out through the smoke. They hit no one.
They're doing their best.
Porter, it is your turn. It's also Eloise's turn right after, so if you want to like see what Eloise does, you can.
Without taking my turn, can I just like reach out and ask if Eloise is okay? I don't have line of sight, and she's on the other side of the smoke, right?
You can see through her eyes. You can see through everyone's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You did see basically what happened was Eloise, like the fire went off. Eloise pulled up her shield, but she was a little slow, and one thing kind of like hit her and like basically like it clipped her shield and like skimmed her armor, and like seemed to like hit her collarbone and like dig in right there. And like you hear through her ears like the breaking of her collarbone. And she stumbles back and that arm falls down because of the pain that shoots through it. And she's an open sitting duck. And the other person just like shoots 2 quick shots like into her chest. Blood spurts out. She is looking bad. She falls down on one knee, like setting her, like blood coming down one leg and blood coming down one arm, like her shield arm, as she like sets herself down on the ground and like pushes herself back up.
Whatever the most direct line Eloise is, that's where Porter's headed.
Yeah, you can get to her.
Good. And I if I get there, is it, I guess, strategically, Addy, is it good for Porter to take the shield and deflect as we retreat, or can you still deflect as we go?
I mean, I'm still rolling for 12s on deflect, so.
Oh, that's better than me, right? Okay. I'm.
Gone now. Yeah. Well, so I guess yeah.
I think rather than saying anything, Porter just kind of like runs up and does like a mental scan. It's like almost like, can I just check it and make sure that everything's okay? Is kind of the feeling that Eloise gets, and if she allows him in, he's gonna do like a wellness check.
Yeah, I think my collarbone is broken.
That's not great.
Can you?
And I. Yeah, just hold on, and I'm gonna try and like carry her to safety.
No, it's not. Stay away, please. Can you do that in combat?
He doesn't have field medic, I don't think.
You don't have field medic. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
you do.
Okay, cool. So he can. It still takes him 4 initiative though, I believe.
Oh.
Right.
So that's just I heal.
No. Yeah,
combat.
so you could use your last turn to heal her hit points with a med kit if you want.
Good. I'll do that. That's smarter than.
Yeah, so you have this idea, you grab her to like pull her up, and she shouts out in pain from like the wounds that she has. And you realize like you're not going to be able to drag her unless you address like that situation. And so you manage to like pull her back a little bit as the bullets like rake around you, and the other guys are like getting the fire off of themselves. Mm-hmm. And you're able to pull her back like a couple feet, and she shouts and like falls down again. And you realize you just don't have the capability to like drag her because she's in so much pain. She's so hurt. So you reach for your med kit. Go ahead and roll first aid. The situation here is bad. So I'm going to give you
Can I help?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm going to give you a -1 for this.
Okay.
You still have enough light from outside the cave. She hasn't really like fallen down or anything, so the wounds aren't incredibly dirty, but there are bullets whizzing overhead. You have the pressure of just tons and tons of soldiers coming in on you. So you're gonna have a -1 to this first aid test.
Okay. That's 2 hits, but I am going to spend grit to twist the knife. So 3 hits total.
Okay. You're using a med kit, so it automatically heals 3 hit points because you have for field medic. And then you said you got 3 successes?
That's right.
6 hit points back to Eloise.
6. Great. Thank you.
I can do more if we get cover.
Okay.
We just don't get shot again, okay?
Yeah, Eloise, you struggle and drop down because you're in so much pain. He pulls you around a little more forcefully than he has in the past, as he whips out his med kit and it reconfigures into almost like a staple gun like type position, like looking thing, and he presses it against the bullet wound, and you feel it rip out the bullet, and the bullet shoots out of the side of the med kit, and he presses it on your like arm, and same exact thing happens as it rips out the bullet and like ping, shoots it out the side. And then as he pulls it back, you see it's like spraying like synthetic skin over the wound so it stops bleeding.
Run.
You first.
I think Dex, like watching this, will sort of like shout mentally, "Both of you now!"
Yeah, as long as she's close by, he will start running back to cover.
Yeah, you had to use a lot of your movement to get up there, and it's a whole focused action to like heal her. So you don't get very far from Eloise as you start running back. It is Eloise's turn.
Okay. Man, I wish I had 2 grit more. Okay. I spend 4 insight shine. And I activate telekinesis, and I pick up Porter and I throw him down the hallway.
Amazing.
Porter, go ahead and roll an either athletics or gymnastics test for me, whichever one you want.
Yeah, it'll be gymnastics for sure.
Okay, cool. You achieved this, Eloise, no problem. I guess unless Porter resists, but I don't think he would.
I think you would, but
Well, you see,
I don't think he would if he were expecting it. I think that's the
sure,
thing.
sure.
I
You,
think
the
that
player, get to decide whether or not you roll a resist test. Yeah, you see, like she says, like you first, and then like Dex's head like rings through both your head. Dex's voice rings through both your heads, saying, "Both of you now." And Eloise's eyes light up, and she raises a hand, and Porter, with her hand, you lift up off the ground, and then she puts her palm out, and you go flying back.
That's 3 successes.
Cool, no damage.
Right.
She's not like hurling you with like reckless abandon, but it's still a hard fall, and you're able to kind of like roll with it. As Leo like ducks. Leo ducks and you fly over, and then you lose line of sight and let go of the connection, and that's where he has to kind of like duck and roll like down the slope.
Okay. Can I assess tactically how this is my last initiative. So how bad is this situation? Am I caught out anyway? I have right now an athletic score of 1.
Yeah.
Can I? I mean, I'll roll for it. If you
So
want to.
you can't make it. You can't make it beyond the smoke that Leo made. That is right outside the mouth of the Ocarina Den.
Okay. But Dex is not in the Ocarina.
No, Dex is in between you and the smoke. And I will say, like, the smoke doesn't completely cover the Agarino Den. It's not like you're walking into, like, just complete haze of nothing. Like, the smoke is to the left of the Agarino Den.
I have full hit points, full armor, and I can play defense on my way back. Like, focus on getting you in there. You don't have to worry about me right this second. I think actually Dex says something to that effect over the telepathic link, seeing Eloise like try and stop and assess what's happening.
If I need to flashback to have done this, please tell me.
Okay.
Can I have set up the switch on the detonator so I can only activate whatever bombs I want to activate with it?
So there's more than one explosive.
There's more than one explosive.
I don't think you need to flashback to achieve that. This is your own design.
Okay,
That's fine.
great. I would like to spend 4 grit to double.
Okay.
And make a very bad decision that I think everybody's gonna be mad at me for. Cool. I would like to telekinesis Dex also with my last shot.
Okay. Dex, you can try to resist this if you want, but basically you watch Eloise raise Porter up and shoot him back, and then take a couple steps forward to get line of sight to you, and raise her hand up, maybe a little more gently than she did with Porter, to guide you back towards the cave mouth.
I think Dex is going to resist this.
Okay.
Yeah, you could also, if you want, you could roll discipline to try and like read Eloise's mind here, basically, because you have such good.
I think he gets it.
Yeah. Eloise is trying to huck me into the cave so she can blow the door down and her be on this side and us be on the other side. Dex does resist it. You get a -1 to your mentalist to roll this.
I bamboozle you twice.
Okay. Dex is up to 3 grit. Eloise is down to 2 grit.
No, I double down. That is my last grade.
Eloise is down to 0 grit.
So I am hurt still. It's not. I'm at -2. And then a +1, and then a -1. So I'm at a -2. That explodes, but I don't know if it matters.
So I have a 7.
Okay. I have an 8, a 9, and an 11.
I use Shielded Psyche, and I resist.
It's once per rest, right? You get to just say
It
no,
is
thank you
once
to
per
your insight
rest, just resist an insight power.
Okay. I reach into my pack. Okay, this is stupid. Tell me, okay. I reach into my pack. I grab the Ache, the little toy Ache, and I put the detonator on it. And I send it down the hill to Dex.
That's right. You have a mechanical Ache that charges forward.
I can't throw it. So
Yeah, I think the bulk of this interaction is like Dex like feels himself like start to lift up, relies on his training, and like feels those sort of mental barriers just like And then like he like makes eye contact with you over the din, and he says, "Stop trying to sacrifice yourself and run."
As he lands back down on his feet.
Right. Yeah.
And like the light flickers from your eyes.
Okay. I take 3 additional damage from overextending.
That telekinesis overextended you?
Yes. And I say, this is the play. Blow it. And I kneel it and put my hand.
Yeah. So she like drops down to the ground as you see Dex as she drops down to the ground and like opens up her hand, and the Ache with like a little like groove in the back like is carrying the detonator towards you. Eloise, do you have any movement or anything that you wanted to do? You doubled down, so basically like you didn't use any movement or really any of that many free actions in the first turn. The second turn.
I mean, I move so I know I'll be clear of the blast if he listens to me.
So you're moving out of the cave towards the soldiers?
Towards the people who just shot me.
Okay.
I guess.
So I guess out of curiosity, are you like are you doing like a prisoner thing, or are you like walking out like shield and armor ready, like let's go?
No.
Okay. So you like retract your shield and put your hands.
My
up.
shield is down. My shield is down. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
My armor like recedes.
Cool. Yeah. So she sends the little Acha like towards you. It has the detonator on its back as it runs, not really like fully in your direct, it's just a straight line, but it's like towards your area, Dex, in the most direct path it can without hitting like stone or anything. And then Eloise steps back, her armor kind of receding and her shield like folding back into her gauntlet as she turns towards the soldiers, hands up in the air. You see this, Dex. You're not far, like incredibly far away. Gus, you have a turn. You're currently waiting for soldiers to move in on you. You hear them out in the smoke. You hear gunfire. Dex and Eloise haven't returned yet. Do you have an idea what you do with this turn?
You're muted.
I can see them through the telepathic link, right?
Yes, yeah, you do see that exchange.
Yeah. Hell nah, says Gus. Gus just sprints charging through the smoke. Let me know if I need to blink to get to Eloise in an amount of effort that will allow me to grab her and run both of us back through the smoke and into the Ocarina.
Okay. There's a couple tests that need to determine whether or not you blink. Well, there's one test that needs to determine whether or not you blink, and then there's another test that has to determine whether or not you succeed. So, first thing you have to do is roll athletics. Because there's smoke involved, I'm going to give you a -2 to this.
Okay.
Just because there's like bullets flying through the smoke and like soldiers in the way that you could bump into, that kind of thing.
I worry for the soldier that is in the way of Gus as he runs through the smoke.
Yeah, it's 5 successes.
Okay, cool. So because of that, if you want to get her back into the body of the den, you will have to blink. If you want to get her to the mouth of the den, no problem.
Will we be safe in the mouth of the den?
By mouth of the den, I mean like the smoke is there, the soldiers are there, like it's part of the cave. It's like where the cave's attached to the entrance to the den. All right. So it's still in zone 2, we'll call it. Zone 1 is outside, zone 2 is the caves, zone 3 is the den. This is zone 2.
Sure. Yeah.
So the blink makes it so that you could achieve it as long as you're also able to grab elements. And that's a separate test that you don't get to know whether or not it succeeds before you decide if you blink.
Would it be? Yeah, I'll blink. I blink to Eloise.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll shine to see how many hit points you lose as you blink towards Eloise.
Where is it? I take 1 damage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Dex, like Gus, you see Eloise, telekinesis porter, he flies by, he lands kind of nearby you. And then through the telekinetic link, you see, or the telepathic link, you see her attempt to lift Gus up, or Dex up, and Dex like kind of lifts up, and then like his mind becomes like really stony, and like Eloise's power flickers out of her hands and eyes as he falls back down, says, don't fucking sacrifice yourself, run. And then Eloise says, this is the play. Or maybe Eloise only said that to him. Maybe he only said that to her, but you watch the exchange at least like on their faces. And then Eloise sends the bowl down, turns back and starts walking. And at that moment, you're already like 6 steps up the tunnel. You burst through the smoke. Dex, you see the smoke like billow around Gus's form, and then poof, poof, Gus appears directly next to Eloise as she steps out of the cave, hands up. Gus, I need you to roll an unarmed test. Eloise, I need you to roll a defense test. And
Okay.
because of dramatic effect.
Also, I'm versatile this turn. Fun fact.
Because of dramatic effect, I'm going to bamboozle
Get out the box of doom.
Gus.
Get out the box of doom.
You
I'm
absolute
going
jerk.
to bamboozle Gus
How many times?
6 times. Gus, you are now at max grit. I'm at 4 grit.
Oh my god! This is an opposed unarmed versus
A
L's
defense
dodge?
test. Yeah. L's dodge. We narrated for flavor your shield thing, but like if you want to, you decide whether or not you want to have your shield in play. Technically, based on your turn, you actually couldn't have.
Well,
it.
no, because it's not. It's no longer collapsible.
Oh.
It's the one that can just come out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's
So.
the-
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Gus gets to go in the next session with 12 grit because I like drama.
You absolute jerk. What do you got?
I think you're the aggressor.
That's right. I got a 9.
I need to see if I can count this 10. Plus 3 minus 3 plus 1. It's just a plus 1. So I can't.
You can or cannot?
I can. I do. I have a 10. I have a 10 and 2 8.
Were you rolling dodge or deflect?
I rolled deflect.
Okay. Gus, you appear next to Eloise. Eloise, you hear the like air bend around you. You feel the pulse of energy from Gus. And you turn around and Gus, you grab the shield instead of Eloise's shoulder. And then you pull on the shield and she pulls back, and then she like, it's an energy shield. So it's like, she turns it off and you're holding on to nothing. And then she pulls back for a second. And there's this moment, Gus, where like your fervor to try and save her presses you forward, and then the look on her face and the fact that she is your friend, someone you care deeply about, like stays your hand. And so like instead of reaching with like the full fervor that you would to like fucking like block grab a person and potentially hurt them, you try again to grab her in a way that won't harm her. And because you're using that restraint, she's able to pop back out her shield and bat your hand away and back up. And the two of you have this like quick exchange as Eloise pulls back, and Gus, you're like trying to find a way to help her, but she won't let you. And then you hear
Wait.
Oh,
Can I say something?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
El, we're both going out, or neither of us. Which is it?
That doesn't make any sense. This is a problem. If you blow it, then they can't expect you to come out. They might think you're dead. They can't kill Porter if they can't get you.
But you're gonna die in here.
I'm not gonna die in here. They're not gonna kill me.
We got him here. Hands on your heads. Get
Run.
down.
Gus, please.
And
Hands up.
the soldiers push in on Eloise and Gus. Gus puts his hands on his head. Dex, the detonator, butts up against your boot. As you see Eloise and Porter with a couple soldiers moving on him, you can hear other soldiers just out of line of sight. You think perhaps maybe on their turn they will arrive as they close in on Eloise and Gus's position. And also to your right and a little bit behind you, Dex, the soldiers in the smoke are about to break out and either enter the den where Leo is, where Leo and Porter are, or push on your position. As all of you start getting converged on, the detonator sitting at Dex's feet, Eloise and Gus with a couple soldiers moving in on them, telling them to surrender, and one of them saying, "We got him!" That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
I'm sorry, everybody.
This is good
believe
entertainment.
you
Yo,
pulled
this
this
is
shit.
good entertainment. You watching this shit? It's good.
Throw some Eloises in the chat, y'all.
Some L's in the chat.
We did get an L and a Gus. That was nice. All right. Whew. Well, we have I think at least one question for the Q&A from the
Yeah, it's these mechs from Into the Breach.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't get a limb.
Yeah,
Oh,
you sure
snap.
didn't.
I was close.
Nah.
I was close. Will Tommy take a player's limb tonight? No. Complete prediction.
Yeah.
What do we got? What was the payout here?
Good amount.
Oh, 49,000 passed out.
Almost 30,000 of it is me having bet. I was gonna just bet against whoever had the most on their team, and then they was tied.
Yep.
You should
You
have.
gave me like 2,500, so
You-
ain't mad about that.
Need to vote for the one that's not going to happen, and he was never going to take a limb tonight.
I got so close.
Yeah.
I got so close.
God.
It's okay. The Barkers aren't even here yet.
I don't want to talk about the Barkers.
All right. So yeah, 5 people just split up almost 50,000 channel points. Congratulations to y'all. Sorry to the people who said I would take a limb. I tried. I think there's a chance this prediction might come back next session. So
I'm
we
just
ain't
gonna
done.
use it every session from
Not
now on.
every session.
We're gonna be in the middle of a factory town, and we're gonna go to like a gala, and it's gonna be a no guns allowed gala. We're super duper checking, and also no swords allowed. We're super duper checking, and Tommy's gonna be like, "How will I get that arm?"
I'm aiming for it. There's a chance it happens next session depending on things.
Okay.
Okay.
You trip and you knock over a tray of hors d'oeuvres, and you slip in the hors d'oeuvres, and you fall out the window, but your arm gets caught in the window, and it just pops right off.
Carnaxis has
That's it.
so many points. That's great. Okay. So we have we're doing the Q&A. We have something from Argit Lom, I believe.
Yeah, so he asked us to build the steel judoka from Into the Breach, which are these giant mechs that fight huge bugs. And Into the Breach, um, it's sort of like an XCOM like tactics game, but a big part of it is like moving enemies around so that they either hit each other or like you push them into very advantageous positions for you, and like generally try and manipulate their turn order to make them suck, and you do great.
I hear it's a fun
Apparently,
game.
this team is extremely that. Which it would be tough to do with vehicles. You could do it as like three very heavily armored people with hooked weapons and entanglement weapons.
Yeah. And a lot of called shots. Right?
Yes.
You gotta call shot everything.
Yeah, you want a lot of battle stance guys with hooked weapons.
Yeah, because hooked lets you move enemies around, and if you have battle stances like Gus has, you can take the tactical, which lets you basically ignore the called shot penalty. And so you could hook somebody, move them around, and also have a called shot where it's like you accidentally make them shoot their gun at another person or something like that. Just like the pure like drunken master, like I'm not hurting anyone.
And then I know one of them is a laser that can shoot through a line of enemies, so that one of them's just got a big laser.
Three
Yeah, you
heavily
could do
armored
it.
people is basically what you had in mind. Yeah. And then like the heavily armored thing is fine. You just go heavy armor, probably power armor, so you can get the extra bonuses to
And hydraulics and like extra muscles.
yeah. If you get like hydraulics and shit, like you can, and if you're illuminated too, like that makes it so you can reposition yourself extremely easily and have total battlefield control. I think there's not a ton of talents right now that make enemies do things they don't want to do. There's a lot of talents that are like, I give negatives or I give my friends or myself bonuses. But there's very few that are like, you fucking do this thing.
Yeah,
that
I think that one's tougher to make happen.
Yeah.
Just in manifest. You could, I guess, if you can position yourself so well that you can get in position to puppeteer people.
That's fair. Yeah. I think the hooked called shot is the way to go, right? Because called shot can be kind of anything, and if you're using a entanglement
My
weapon
called
or
shot
hooked,
is I make it so when he pulls the trigger next, it hits his friend.
exactly, right? You fucking like hit some dude's arm, pulls his arm off, and then the trigger goes off and he shoots his friend. Like that's full on like a called shot type of effect. So like I think in particular that's the way you can do it right now. And then you just have heavy armor and fly around and are cool. Heavy armor and a jetpack because, obviously.
Yeah.
Was that it? Is that our only
That's everything
question?
we got.
That's all we
this
got.
week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We just got the one build from Argetlon. Let's go. All right, cool. I don't have anything in the chat. I don't have anything in the Discord. We are going to call it for tonight. And we are going to be back on September 21st next week. We will see how the second stage of this final stand goes. Because shit's wild. Shit's hairy right now.
A little bit.
I'm interested to see what happens next. But we are done. Science Mech can fly. Yes.
This will be 6 times on PvP, you absolute fuck.
Yeah, but now here's the thing. Dex has 3 grit. Eloise has 0. Porter has 2. Gus has 12.
I flashback 3 times. This is a mannequin of Gus and Eloise that Gus had made.
You could.
Really?
That's allowed.
They're on a beach by San Cordero sipping Mai Tais, baby. They're out.
That feels like more than one flashback, but
It's 3.
okay.
Three.
Okay, maybe we can pull it off. All right.
Oh, speaking of which, I should have 3 grit, not 2. Just before we I don't want to make this canon and say this at the end of the thing before we disconnect, but I've got 3 down on my sheet.
Okay, I'll trust you.
All right,
All right.
steal a
That's
man's
what I'll
grit
say.
right out from under him.
All right, we're all done for tonight.
This
We're going to
guy.
see you tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week on the 21st, Tuesday. We will see if maybe, just maybe, I collect someone's limb.
It's not going to happen.
Can't
Good night,
have-
guys. Have a good night. Goodbye.